Morning companion.
GhanaTalks Radio, #1.
Good morning to you. It's a beautiful Tuesday morning, and you are welcome to the Ghana Talks Breakfast Show right here on Ghana Talks Radio. This is the news headline review. Here we bring you all the latest headlines making the waves in the news. From business to politics, from sports to entertainment, we got you covered with the most relevant stories and informed perspectives on issues that matter to you every morning right here on the news headline review. I remain your host, Ruth Esenam Fiegbedu. And joining me this morning as usual is Miss Debbie Adoso and Miss Regina Bliss. Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you doing?
Good.
Hope you slept well.
Yeah.
Night was good. You had a sweet dream. You ate dinner well. Miss Debbie, what you saying?
This is GhanaTalks
How
Radio.
old are you, dear?
Yes, I did.
Obi na me chan say, it is saying or the person who greets me back with the problems of the state.
Really?
But I'm happy that you are doing well. We are here once again this morning to dive into the issues and then, share our informed perspective about it. All right, so let's dive into our major news items for this morning. Declare state of emergency now. Coalition against Galamsey government. The coalition against illegal mining has renewed its demand for the government to declare a state of emergency in areas affected by Galamsey across the country. According to the group, illegal mining has become a grave threat to livelihoods, public health, and national security, requiring urgent intervention. Addressing a press conference in Accra on Monday, September 15th, the convener of the coalition, Dr. Kenneth Ashigbe, urged the government to act decisively. He said, "We are therefore making the following demands of the government in response to the President's statement on deploying a state of emergency as a last resort. 1. By Article 31, 9A and B, the circumstances under which a state of emergency may be declared include the current Galamsey situation, in which the actions being taken by the environmental criminals are calculated to deprive large communities of potable water, which is an essential of life." The coalition also cited Ghana Water Limited's recent push for higher tariffs as evidence of the rising cost of water treatment caused by Galamsey pollution. It's called on the utility provider to regularly publish water turbidity levels nationwide so that citizens can know whether treated water meets World Health Organization standards. In addition, the group pressed the government to prosecute officials complicit in illegal mining, stressing that merely blaming previous administration is not enough. So this is coming from the coalition against illegal mining. And again, they are tasking the government to declare a state of emergency in Galamsey affected areas, saying illegal mining threatens lives. Obviously, yes, it does. Health and national security. Now, Dr. Kenneth Ashigbe said the Constitution, Article 31, allows such action because polluted rivers are depriving whole communities of safe drinking water. The group pointed to rising water tariffs as proof of the problem's impact and demanded that Ghana Water Limited publish water quality data. It also urged government to prosecute corrupt officials linked to Galamsey instead of shifting blame to past administration. And that was a press conference held yesterday by the coalition against Galamsey. And this is what they have to say. They are making a demand to the president to declare a state of emergency. And they also mentioned that this galamsey menace is also a part. That is why this increase in tariff in water. That is because the chemicals they need to use to make sure that our water is clear is getting intense. That is why water tariff has to go up, and they are urging the Ghana Water Company Limited to publish water quality data so that all citizens can see if it meets the standards of who? World Health Organization. If this is where we've gotten as a point as a country, why do you think the government is delaying so much in declaring a state of emergency?
I don't know. But today I was listening to an environmental journalist, Erastus Asari, and he was saying that either the president is being misinformed or he's engaging in it himself. Because when you get to ground, you will actually get to know what is really going on. And then these galamseyers are not afraid of any approach you are bringing on board. They're not afraid of the military. They're not afraid of you burning excavators, because sometimes the military allegedly are also being given a tip-off. They are being given something. And so they don't do what they were tasked to do on grounds. So he was like, either the president is being misinformed or he's having a change of mind to also indulge in illegal mining. You see, illegal mining is an issue that, one, we are not supposed to politicize. That is it. We are not supposed to shift blame. It is true a government was in power and they didn't do their best. So now you are in power. What can you do? Because the people saw it that maybe the previous administration could not help them in solving galamsey. So why not we bring in a new person? Maybe this person can actually help us. Because as the saying goes, there is no harm in trying.
There's no harm in trying.
So you trying another person, there is no harm in it. But now that you are in power, I can't remember when President Mahama was in opposition. Anytime he's being given the chance to maybe communicate on air or any platform, one of the things he keeps mentioning is how to bring an end to illegal mining. And he emphasized on declaring a state of emergency. Now you are in power. What is preventing you? I always say that maybe there are something we don't know. So make us know, because right now we are in doubt. You see, now the environmental journalist is even with his own perception. He's saying that either you are being misinformed, either the people you send on ground do not, there are two things involved. Either they do not bring you the right information, or you yourself, you are having a change of mind to indulge in it. And every normal human being will think same. Because this shouldn't be something that we should be dragging back and forth. Simple. It's not as if we don't know the harm of illegal mining, and it has even started causing a lot of harm on the people. We here are even feeling it. You open tap sometimes and then the color of the tap changes. You have no option. You have to use it for cooking, for washing and stuffs. And it affects us. So this should have been a straightforward approach. Then you call your baby. Recently, they said they are going to partner with a Chinese force to give them visa to come to this country, and they are going to make a straight-start visa. Some baby, and I was like, will this thing solve illegal mining? Instead, I saw something that was prompting Regina. Gold Board has given the land minister, I think, is it 5 million Ghana cedis with 5 pickups to stop illegal mining.
Yeah.
And I was asking her, is that the right way to stop illegal mining?
Pickups.
Are they going to use it to survey the area? See, illegal mining has come to a point where we don't even need vehicles. It's a sometimes you are supposed to use the plane. You see what is on ground. And yes, and then you are not supposed to make it so obvious for everybody to know. There should be a plane that is used in tax, like in performing underground tax, that it cannot be recognized by individuals or by citizens. Do you get what I'm saying? So that we can use to detect these people. It's just like you have armed robbers coming into your house to steal, calling the police out. Before the police will get there, armed robber or call that. So there should be something that can use to pinpoint these people, detect them, hold them responsible for their acts without them knowing. And it can only come to play when they are being transparent themselves, when they are willing to fight illegal mining. Because as it stands now, I see it as if this government is not willing to fight illegal mining. Oh yes, they are not willing to fight illegal mining. Can you declare what is preventing you? I saw the chairman of the NDC trying to convince us on why they don't want to declare state of emergency, because they're thinking about the people, the shoot to kill approach. They're thinking about innocent people who might die. And I'm saying, well, innocent Ben. Yesterday I was saying it here that even if it is your mother you spot there, shoot her. Because if your mother can pollute a water for someone to die, then it equally means that you deserve to go. So even if it is a political official that is being cited on ground, doing such this is a medal, involving in a murderous activities like this, you need to be killed. That's why I like the Chinese. They come here to fanful us, but then when you go there, the Japan, the Korean, go there and go and where you can see what will happen to you there. If they will bring you here alive or they will bury you there. The laws are working. We have the laws. It's not working, and the laws are not working because our leaders are not making it work. This is simple. Declare a state of emergency. Shoot to kill approach. Now, shoot to kill approach, Oko when you feel announcement say yeah, baho. Example, let me use Obuase. You want to use the shoot and kill approach. Then you start to announce to the people, yeah, baho. Obedu home will be outside. When you're in the underground, then we eliminate these people and see if we eliminate them and still no illegal mining is going on. Then we think of another approach, because where it has gotten to, no other means can stop it. You see, if persuasion fails, force must be applied.
Well, Miss Eugenia, do you think the state of emergency, declaring a state of emergency, do you think it's going to bring any real change? As Miss Debbie said, that if you inform these people that we are declaring a state of emergency, they will vacate the premises, and then you wouldn't get the culprits who are involved in this whole illegal mining. So do you think declaring a state of emergency is actually going to cause any real change in the fight against illegal mining?
Okay, so declaring state of emergency, I think, is the last resort the state or the government needs to adopt. Yeah. And I think that is our last solution. Our last solution is to accept the state of emergency. The government needs to sit down and declare state of emergency, because at this point human lives are at stake, and I think that is the best decision, the best option they can adopt to make sure that illegal mining is stopped. Because when state of emergency is declared, automatically it's like a curfew, it's like a lockdown on these sites, and no one can access it. Once when it's being declared and you are being caught on the site, drastic measures will be taken against you. But when I did my research, according to the research and according to the laws of Ghana, the steps before a state of emergency is declared, first off, is to strengthen enforcement, that is, apply existing and mining and environmental laws strictly. Use security agencies, that is the police, military, task force, operation, vanguard, and other staffs. We have the judicial action, prosecute offenders under the Minerals and Mining Act, but we are not really seeing that. Yeah. Regulatory reforms, tightening licensing, monitoring, and community involvement. Alternative livelihoods, provide programs to reduce economic dependence on galamsey. And lastly, community policing and traditional authority involvement. I would say we've used almost 100% of the steps we need to take, or we need to exhaust before we adopt, or we go for the state of emergency. But it looks like even they exhausting all this, they are not really implementing it well. They are just mechanism, and also declaring the state of emergency. They said before a president or the state can declare a state of emergency, the president can consider a state of emergency only if there's a real threat to public safety, defense, natural disasters, or breakdown of law and order. So whatever we are seeing in regards to illegal mining, it is stated here that they can consider all these things and declare a state of emergency. But remembering what President Mahama said during the media engagement, he said they've not exhausted all the alternatives they have. But looking at this and reading this, I was like, how? You've exhausted almost everything, so why not go ahead and declare a state of emergency? Other people are saying declaring a state of emergency will taint the image of Ghana.
How is it going to
exactly?
People
they said
the
way foreigners will see us, and I was like, hello, people are dying as you are saying. Children are being deformed. If someone dear to you dies in regards to this, then you understand why a state of emergency is supposed to come out. So me, now dear, state of emergency, I'm in support of it. Because I wouldn't wait for someone close to me to die, or I wouldn't wait to get an incurable disease out of the water before I pray or plead for state of emergency. And also with what they be saying, shoot and kill. Even if your mother is there, shoot and kill her.
At this point, state of emergency. Because if you look at the nature of the water, as they mentioned, the turbidity of the water, and for Ghana Water Company Limited to make sure that that water is clean for human consumption, that alone should tell you the kind of chemicals that goes in there, which is causing a threat to human health. So I don't know what they are waiting for. I don't know which part of the measures or the strategies that they've not exhausted that they don't want to declare a state of emergency. But looking at where we are getting right now as a country, if we don't take time, if we don't act fast, we will be stranded, and it's going to be very brutal and very, very, very sad. All right, moving on to our next news item. AG warns against foreign intrusion in Ghana's judicial affairs amid Tokonu removal. Attorney General and Minister for Justice Dr. Dominic Ayeni has urged Ghana's legal and professional bodies to resist any attempt to draw external actors into the country's judicial and constitutional matters. Addressing the Ghana Bar Association's annual conference in Wa on Monday, Dr. Ayeni acknowledged the value of international collaboration in promoting professional standards, but warned that such partnership must not be extended into Ghana's constitutional politics. He said, "We must resist the temptation of inviting foreign interference into our internal constitutional processes. There is nothing wrong with building relationships with like-minded foreign associations, as these are important for exchanging ideas and improving standards, but that is where it should stop. Allowing interference into constitutional politics undermines the principles that sovereignty rests with the people of Ghana, in whose name and interest government authority is exercised." His comments come in the wake of a joint appeal by Bar Council of England and Wales and the Commonwealth Lawyers Association, who called on President John Dramani Mahama to reverse the suspension of Chief Justice Gertrude Tokonu before her removal from office. The two organizations, in a statement dated August 14th, praised Ghana's tradition of upholding the rule of law and urged the government to ensure the immediate reinstatement of the Chief Justice. This position has since stirred debate within the country's legal community. So yesterday there was a conference in Wa, and Attorney General Dr. Dominic Ayeni cautioned Ghana's legal and professional bodies against inviting foreign interference into the country's judicial and constitutional affairs. He said, while international cooperation is useful for sharing ideas and improving standards, it must not extend into Ghana's constitutional politics. Our sovereignty belongs to the people of Ghana and not to them. His comments follow pressure from the Bar Council of England and Wales and the Commonwealth Lawyers Association, who recently urged President Mahama to reinstate Chief Justice Gertrude Torkornoo after his suspension. The appeal has sparked debate among Ghana's legal community about where to draw the line between solidarity and interference. And that is what Dr. Ayeni mentioned. That the fact that we are neighboring countries and then we are in the same profession doesn't mean that you come and dictate to us what to do. And this is actually a caution he gave to the legal councils and legal association right here in Ghana. You cannot allow some sort of lawyers or judges from other countries to come and dictate for us. It is our country, and we will rule the people how it's supposed to be, not for you to dictate. That was from Dr. Dominic Ayeni, not me. Do you think these people should have a say in our constitution and how we, do things right here in this country in regards to the removal of the Chief Justice?
Not at all.
Not at all, right?
Not every partnership is a good partnership.
Of course.
You are supposed to be very selective. If not, you end up becoming a slave or a tool of distraction in their hands.
I think you shouldn't even be selective. There should be some sort of like boundary.
Yes. You are supposed to know. Even as normal human beings, you know the people you go for help. You go to for help. So at the end of the day, for need So as a country, we need to also move in that same direction. Our laws are different from other people's or other countries. Ghana can help in maybe advising, but not to interfere in the rulings of another country. I can't remember when there was chaos in Nigeria. President Mahama came to talk. I think he went there to meet the then late president, former late president of Nigeria, spoke to him. It's an advice, not to interfere to tell you what to do, but at least encourage you or advise you. Simple, but not to interfere and then tell them like do this, do that. No, you don't do that. And you see, the white, they are very cunning. If you're not careful, they will turn you into slave, and then they will dictate to you what to do. And that is what we need to prevent. And so what the Mr. Ayeni is saying is true. Just imagine Torkornoo sending the case to ECOWAS, moving it to Nigeria, and the Nigeria courts, like when you were the CJ, were you really ruling for them or you were ruling for Ghana? You are ruling for Ghana, so why will you send the issue there? So I feel like we need to be very, very careful. If we don't be selective of the kind of people we partner, the kind of countries we partner with, they will end up dictating for us, and we'll end up in a ditch. And when it has to do, especially when it has to do with the judiciary, the judiciary is a very sensitive, I call it a sensitive institution in this country. They are there for everybody.
Yes.
A slight mistake will cause the whole country. The judicial system, it will cause the whole country. With like this Torkornoo issue. And per what you've read, there are some other African countries,
yes,
American countries that are calling on
President
Mahama to
reinstate the.
Who does that?
They make it actually look as if you don't know what you're doing in this country.
That is what it is. And then it tells people, and when you abide by it, then it tells other countries that you don't know what you are doing.
And then you even give them the opportunity to even also interfere.
Yes.
Come and tell us what to do.
Yes. And so we need to be very careful. That's why we need to be independent. Independence, it should cut across. You see, this can only happen if we always go to them for arms. Like, what audacity do they have to tell us what to do? It's not done in any country. Do you think now that Donald Trump has imposed, I think, 15% tariff on us, You see President Mahama can just tell them, what are you doing? Can you take it off? No, you have no say in what they do. In fact, you have no say in their business. But they always have a say in our business. Why? Because we are handicapped. We are always before them, seeking for alms, taking crumbs under the table. And that is why they feel, very proud with pride to tell us what to do. And so we need to be very, very careful. What he's saying is true. We should take note of that.
All right, Ms. Regina, at which point do you think as a country we should draw the line from these people interfering into our issues?
In as much as we are part of the international community, but that doesn't give these people the right to interfere into our issues. The judiciary itself should be an independent state on its own. It's a sovereign entity on its own, and it shouldn't be influenced by anyone, talk less of someone outside who is not even in the jurisdiction of Ghana. Outside. Sometimes these international bodies, because we are part of them, they have interest in our judicial ruling, and it's understandable. But it becomes annoying and irritating if they just interfere and just listen to one side of the story. And also, before we can make sure that these people do not interfere, it is up to us to make sure that we do our job right. For the judiciary right in Ghana, it's up to us to make sure that whatever ruling we are given is fair, is free, fair, and transparent also. And I think in some part of it, some of the judicial systems are not really upholding that. But looking at what happened during Gertrude Tokonu, I would say that in a way she was also part of the problem, because why should you, as a law-abiding citizen, you went to school for how many years to study the law, and you took your issue out of your home to another person to solve? There's a saying that don't wash your dirty linen in public, and that is what she did. I would say she disgraced all of us. That is that gave these people the upper hand to interfere in our issues. I don't remember, or I don't recall any institution right here in Ghana involving in the ruling of these people. I've not seen some anyway. We can use Partey's issue, for example, the footballer Partey. He's having an issue with these foreigners, and we can decide to interfere. Oh no, don't do that. Don't do him like that. He has not done anything. And I know that these people will retaliate so bad. But I say Ghana is a country of peace. Ghana is a country where we tolerate nonsense. Let me put it that way. So people fire so anyhow. So I think with what AG Dominic is saying, I do agree with him, and it's very true. This is where they draw the line. It is becoming too much. They have no right. They have absolutely no right. The fact that you feed me doesn't mean you dictate for me.
Exactly. So would you say that the governments probably rejected this because they don't want other foreign countries to interfere into judicial issues, or they just didn't want to account for their actions?
Rejected what?
Rejected, like as in didn't give them the opportunity for them to come and dictate to us.
In the first place, they shouldn't even open the doors for them. Our judicial system is our own. Even the president has no right to dictate for the judicial system. How much more you, a foreigner, an outsider? So. And one no. So some my journey be my fine.
Better come.
But that should be the case. They shouldn't dictate for us.
Yes.
That should
regardless.
Be the case.
And they should give us that maximum respect we give to them.
They don't regard us.
They don't.
Of course, because we are still depending.
How can a beggar be respected? A beggar can never be respected.
Yeah. All right, moving on to our last news item. Government revises visa rules for Chinese nationals to Cape Galamsey. On the issue of Galamsey again. The government has announced a revision of visa processing procedures for Chinese nationals as part of renewed measures to combat illegal mining. Speaking at the government accountability series on Monday, the Minister for Foreign Affairs, Samuel Okudzeto-Ablakwa, noted that although some Chinese nationals have been implicated in illegal mining, their actions are not officially sanctioned by the Chinese state. He said, there's no official China-Ghana policy to come and destroy our environment. They have been supporting us to get rid of their nationals who come in. I have been cracking down, arresting them, prosecuting them, and will continue to arrest and prosecute. He added that Ghana is engaging Chinese authorities to deepen cooperation in tackling the menace. I can confirm to you that as part of my recent visit to China, I told them the position of President John Dramani Mahama and told them that this cannot continue. We made it clear to the city authorities that they cannot send their nationals here to engage in galamsey. Mr. Ablakwa disclosed that the government has introduced stricter visa rules for Chinese nationals seeking to enter Ghana. This part of the story doesn't really sit well with me. He said that there's no official China-Ghana policy to come and destroy our environment. They have been supporting us to get rid of nationals who come in. Okay. Let me come again. The government has tightened visa rules for Chinese nationals to help fight illegal mining. According to the Foreign Affairs Minister, Samuel Okudzeto-Ablakwa, Ghana has stopped processing group visa application at its embassy and consulates in China. He explained that while some Chinese nationals are involved in illegal mining, which is galamsey, it is not an official policy of the Chinese governance, which has been cooperating with government to address the problem. Mr. Ablakwa stressed that arrest and prosecution of offenders will continue, alongside deeper engagement with Chinese authorities to stop their citizens from engaging in illegal mining. In actual sense, is he trying to say that some of these Chinese nationals right here in this country are collaborating with the government to arrest their own people? Is that what he's saying?
Indirectly.
That is what he's trying to
Is that
say.
going to help us? Do you think these people are actually ready to give away their people, when maybe they could actually meet back there and be like, okay, I'm going to protect you, you can be here, do the mining, do the dirty job, and then this is my cut? Or I'm thinking too
Chinese together with the Ghanaians.
Yes.
No, so the rest of the Chinese nationals here in this country, the government is collaborating with some of these Chinese people to help them locate the rest of the Chinese nationals in the country. Do you think people are ready to isn't that a sort of like a betrayal? Or I'm guessing this whole...
They'll not do it. I won't yet.
But do you think even
Chinese? Oh no. Now Okojuho. Now on any panic communicating or
no collaborate. What you see?
Language.
How many people do we have in this country who can speak Chinese?
Exactly.
You see?
Yo,
I'm sure that there is more to that we don't know. There is more. This government is creating a lot of way for suspicion.
About wait to if because most of these galamseyers are Chinese, and it looks like they are the ones that are buying the excavators and all of that. Aside the big men we have right here in this country, why don't we ban them at all?
How can we ban them? The Chinese can say mall and that's China mall there. Yeah, zone dex zone teco na ewo ShopRite there. Maybe so.
But
Is it
they are destroying our water bodies, mind you.
Is it for you? These people are creating jobs for the youth in this country. Do you know
I get
the business
it,
they are bringing on board?
So what? those already here, they should be here. But those that want to come in, we should stop them from coming.
You don't know why they are coming. Maybe
No,
they are
maybe
coming for
it
business.
It should be some sort of like suspension.
But you can't
You
you can't
can't
stop them from coming. You can't.
No, you can't. For that, you can't.
can't.
But there should be a way to minimize it. Like the zone deck I'm talking about, they came in for business, and they collaborated with the Minister of Trade. And now they've employed Ghanaians. Like Mitiaka say, some time ago they were in our church crowd that they need people. They produce a lot of staffs. And they've employed Ghanaians like 50, more than 50 in at where they've established the business. Now you can't China more. I wouldn't go from here Ghana for. So we will always have them here. We have the good ones, and we have people who hide behind these good ones to do the evil.
So how do you chaff them out?
So we have to chaff them out. That is the problem. If the government is telling us,
How?
I think the government will need to answer this question. Because if the government is telling us that they want to collaborate with these people, and then ensure that they pass through the right process, right?
I feel this government is being too reluctant.
That's what I'm saying, that they are creating more room for suspicion.
Yeah, formally we were actually making excuses for them that they haven't been in power for quite a long time, so we shouldn't be giving them pressure. But if President John Dramani
they are creating more room for suspicion,
mentioned that they haven't exhausted all the measures they need to exhaust before declaring.
So this is another measure.
Well, this is another measure.
Okay, so let's
they're going to use
as
an excuse.
Let's see how it goes. Let's see how it goes. But you see, I was actually researching something. I've seen that Ghana have never prosecuted
exactly my
a
point. I
foreign
wanted
national
to ask.
in this country before. Never.
Have you seen that in
No,
the news?
they've always been deporting them.
Ashawan was deported.
She was deported.
She had Ghana card.
Yes, she has. She has Ghana card, and she even have a Ghanaian name. She was deported. She was deported. All the foreign nationals are. Now you, someone who is feeding you, how can you prosecute the person? And
we need to draw a line.
We need to draw a line that has to start with ourselves. Are we ready for it? Are we ready to be independent? We are not ready. So long as we are not ready to be independent, that is how we are going to suffer.
Creating this stricter visa application.
I feel, as you said, I feel like it's a means of
managing the issue.
No managing. They just want to use that to cover and then
as an excuse.
To
buy more time.
Yes, as an excuse. Because these people are doing more harm. Why will you arrest someone in your country and allow the person to go back to his country to be prosecuted? What be that? They won't do it.
Shawan was deported.
She was deported.
But she's still in the country.
But they said she was jailed for 4 years and she's supposed to pay a sum of 48,000 Ghana cedis.
And you believe she's still in jail?
Oh. But they are also telling me that Ghana have never prosecuted a foreign national. So
this news was 1 year ago. December
it's a lie.
2020.
Those people need. They just
let's
need
wait for 4 years. Maybe Ashawan will be released.
Wasn't arrested, Bia, because allegedly it was involved that she's even having an affair with some top government officials.
Yeah,
and because of
she
that,
has some of the videos.
The videos, they are leaked videos. Way
China
yeah, the boomai. I remember
China ni. But this Galamsey thing, is a lot. All right. Any other words? Any other words, please?
No.
I know, sister.
We are tired of Galamsey. Anyway, that will be all for the news headline review. Up next, we have the Rich Girl.
This is GhanaTalks Breakfast Show, your morning companion. This is GhanaTalks Breakfast Show, your morning companion.
GhanaTalks Radio, #1.
Welcome to Debbie's Grill, where we talk about issues that matters to the state, void of politics, fear or favor. The Ghana Center for Democratic Development, CDD Ghana, has disclosed that the cost of winning a presidential election in Ghana has risen to about 200 million, sparking concern about the sustainability and inclusiveness of the country's democratic process. Speaking at an open society event in Accra, the executive director of CDD Ghana, Professor Prempe, cautioned that the growing financial burden of elections risk shutting out capable leaders who do not have access to vast resources. I think you need about 200 million to win a presidential contest. He further warned that such trends undermine Ghana's democratic and developmental aspirations, noting that politics risk becoming the preserve of the wealthy and well-connected. CDD Ghana's call out to ongoing debate about campaign financing reforms in Ghana, with civil society groups urging stronger regulations to ensure fairness, accountability, and inclusivity in the political system. And it's not surprising at all. Before you can win an election in this country, you're supposed to be paying like 200 million. That is huge. And that is why they are not accountable. That is why they don't want to do the right thing. That is why they are incompetent. They are not transparent. They take the business of the country as something very normal. They don't care. And that is why we get leaders who do not think about the people. They think about their own selfish gains, their own interests. To win election now in Ghana is about money. It's not about your integrity. It's not about your credibility. It's not about what you can do. It's about what you can give. And it's costing us a lot. We don't get leaders with vision anymore. We don't have visionary leaders. No. If only you have the money, you can sort me out. I'm going to vote for you. But if you have the mindset to change the country, you have the vision, you are capable of handling the office that will be entrusted into your hand, we don't need you. And you see, I'm not cursing Ghana, but we will continue to suffer if we don't take note of these petty things. We were here when Brian Echampo boldly said that he paid delegates 1,500 to vote for Baumia before the 2024 election. He made mention it when he was doing his campaign. He said it. That he paid delegate 1,500. He financed them. So Baumia can win the flag bearer of the MPP. It's not only about the MPP. They are doing it. People in the NDC are doing it. People in the PPP, the CPP, and the Peace, they are doing it. We have young people who have the talent, who have drawn vision. In fact, the vision they have for this country can never be measured. But because they don't have the money, they've not become floor members. And the people who have the money without the vision, who have the money without the interest of the people at heart, are the one being voted into power. And immediately they get power, you are nothing before them. You are just like an ant. They don't think about you. They don't care about you. They embezzle state funds. They cannot be even held accountable. And everything ayabasa. 200 million. When did we get to this stage? I don't understand. When did we get to this stage as a country? That election now has become about money, money, money. Even in the school, if you want to become an SRC president, you still have to pay delegates. When did we get here? 200 million. And you want someone to invest 200 million to become a president, and then you think this person can work in your favor? No. What if you're alone or akoji? He has to dig around and get his money and sort himself out. And we are sidelining people who have the vision, who can transform this country within a twinkle of an eye. Be corrupt. What is that? And sometimes we feel like it's normal. We see them talking. I remember before the 2024 election, some people who wanted to become members of parliament in other constituencies, and allegedly they said they've paid some people, let me be specific here, they've paid delegates 1,000 cedis each. So imagine 50 or 100 delegates are supposed to vote to maybe elect someone. They are going to pay each of them 1,000 cedis. So imagine 5 people are contesting for the same seats. So if Regina is supposed to pay us 1,000 cedis, then it means SNM is supposed to double hers and make hers like 2,000, 3,000. Hey! So that she can get the vote. Because if Regina is giving 1,000, she's also giving 1,000, they can vote. And then we saw vehicles where money was parked. Money was parked in there. We are crying that there is no money in this country, but this money are being pushed into the coffers of some selfish people we call leaders. I don't even know who to blame. Because we the citizens ourselves, because we need the money, because we've gotten a stage where we've also realized that leaders they don't think about us. So election is the only time we can also get money from them. If you're giving me 1,000 cedis, why not? I'll take it. I won't vote for you. I'll take it, but in my mind, I know who to vote for. Why? When other countries are voting for people who are very creative, people who can transform a country within a twinkle of an eye, people who are in for their people. Ghana, we need the money. We'll eat it today, Nasa. Then we shall see soon. And the one baby, you didn't do this for us. You promised us this. How do you expect the person to do it? Well, bro, you've taken that 3,000 in your pocket. How do you expect the person to do it for you? You've already chopped it. And we don't even care about the future. We only care about what we eat today. If we've even eaten our future, 20 years to come, you didn't in there. Why won't we suffer? 200 million before you come. And then me, I'm missing my president. They said, I didn't have more because 200 million to become a president in Ghana. This is very costly. And you see, the funny aspect is that we see it to be normal. We see it to be normal. We don't see anything wrong with it. But there is something wrong with that. If I should pay 200 million to be voted for as a president, do you think I'll be fair? Do you think I'll be fair? No. I need to pay that debt. Where did I get that money? We should be asking ourselves those questions. Yama politics are very expensive. Very expensive. If you don't have money, you can't venture into politics. Oh yes. You can't venture into politics. Where they get that money from, it is only God that knows. And at the end, we suffer most. We suffer most. Politics should be Bianca or Bia Betimia Yebi. We look at your capability. We see what you can bring on the table. We see how it's going to benefit the country. Then we push you there. Then they will support you. Because Ghana ye. It will be for the benefit of all of us. It's not going to be for one person. Although we all have appointed one person. But if that person should succeed, the whole country will succeed. Wouldn't it be nice if Ghana were also sponsoring other countries? Wouldn't it be nice if we are also lending loans to other countries? Wouldn't it be nice? But that, and to continue to be like this, because I could just 200 million to become and say, what are you expecting the person to do? What? It's too expensive. Please. We need capable leaders. We need visionary leaders. We need creative leaders. One way approach, seriously, is not helping us. And it all starts from here. Corruption, nani. You going to pick a nomination form, 100 million. Nomination form, oh. And even with that, it's a 50-50 whether they'll vote for you or not. It's kind of shit. Nomination form, 100 million. Do we sit down and ask ourselves, where do these people get the money from? Okay, fine, so we are taking this money from them. Are we taking the money in exchange of the future of this country? What if we take the money and they come into power and they don't do what they're supposed to do? They're not being accountable to us. Can we hold them by their own words? No, we can't. We can't. And that is why we are suffering. Please, politics is too expensive in this country. We have a lot of young people coming up of late in politics, and seeing them speak, you can actually see that this person has a vision. But scanning you to a political lecturer by force. He doesn't have the money. Let's work on it. You might think, oh, yeah, just so also as sassy can I am what the other. Thank you for making time with me on the
history with Miss Regina.
Today in history, the first ever Ghana-China Climate Summit is scheduled to take place in Accra. Hosted by the Africa-China Center for Policy and Advisory, the summit will discuss bilateral cooperation on climate action, renewable energy, and green industrialization. 1986, Kinross mining disaster in South Africa. 177 mine workers were killed on 16th September 1986 at the Kinross gold mine in Evander. An acetylene cylinder ignited the polyurethane foam that covered the side walls of the mining tunnel. The miners were choked to death by the toxic fumes from the combination of burning plastic and polyurethane. 2022, the death of Gina Masha Amini, a 22-year-old Kurdish Iranian girl, was killed in the custody of Iran's morality police in Tehran for not properly wearing a compulsory hijab. Muhammad was proclaimed president of Pakistan on this day in 1978, a little over a year after seizing power in a military coup. He took the position after the sitting president, Fazl Ilahi, retired at the end of his term. Looking at some observances, National IT Professionals Day is celebrated to recognize and appreciate the dedication, creativity, and hard work of IT professionals who ensure the smooth operation of technology in organizations, often behind the scenes. Established in 2015 by SolarWinds and National Day Calendar, the day acknowledges the crucial role these technical experts play in managing networks, securing systems, and supporting the technology that drives modern business. National Step Family Day is celebrated to recognize and appreciate the unique composition of blended families created by step-parent Christy Burgeld in 1997. The day acknowledges the challenges step families face from negative stereotypes while celebrating the love and bonds that form within these families. It's an opportunity to foster connection through shared activities like family meals, games, or outings. Lastly, take a loved one to the doctor day. It's a national initiative observed annually on this day to encourage people to support their family and friends in attending important medical appointments and prioritizing their health. The day serves as a reminder to help overcome barriers like fear, busy schedules, or lack of access, promoting early detection of illness and overall well-being through preventative care and regular checkups. And that's all for today on Today in History and some observances, live on GhanaTalks Breakfast Show.
Thank you so much, Miss Regina Bless, for Today in History and some observances of the day. As she mentioned, today is World Step Family Day. World Step Family Day, right? And today is equally Take a Loved One to the Doctor Day. If you see that someone is not well, please be kind. Lend a helping hand and take that person to the doctor. In spite of all of this, what they are trying to say is show kindness and love to people. Be kind, be lovable. Everyone is going through a lot, so be kind out there to whoever you meet or whoever you come across to. All right. Any last words? Miss Debbie, anything? Do you want to say anything? Any other, Miss Regina?
Nah, just be kind.
Yeah, just be kind. All right, and that'll be all for the first segment of the Ghana Talks Breakfast Show. Thank you so much for joining us on the first segment. We'll be coming up with the news shortly. Please stay with us.
Are you ready to amplify your business or brand's reach and make a meaningful impact in Ghana and beyond? Partner with Ghana Talks Radio today to connect with a diverse audience across Ghana and beyond. Elevate your brand through on-air promotions and social media. Boost your brand during prime time. With Ghana Talks Radio, you can extend your reach across digital platforms. Ghana Talks Radio is not just a station, it is a community hub where your brand becomes part of the conversation. Join us in fostering connections, celebrating culture, and making a lasting impression. For customized sponsorship packages and enquiries, email contact@GhanaTalksRadio.com or call +233 202 544614. Ghana Talks Radio, giving the youth a voice.
What do you want for breakfast? How do you want your breakfast?
English breakfast, French fries.
Koko Nikosi, alo komi kesheto.
Wache.
Well, Gobe is the real deal.
Join us on Ghana Talks Radio. Let's serve you a buffet of breakfast.
From news headlines review, current affairs to social issues.
Entertainment, sports, and all the trending stories live on our mobile app and across all socials from Monday to Friday, 7 a.m. to 10 a.m.
With me, Pakwesi Omare.
Regina Bless.
Deborah Adoso.
And I am Esinal Fiagbedu. This is Ghana Talks Breakfast Show.
This is Ghana Talks Radio, the best station rocking the nation. We bring you local news, business news, international, sports, and entertainment news. Right here on GTR.
Welcome to the morning news broadcast on Ghana Talks Radio. In today's news highlight, the Office of the Special Prosecutor urged to investigate Dr. Baumi over donation disclosure. Kennedy Ohini Japan signals change, prioritizes collaboration over confrontation. Environmental journalists criticize President Mohammed's approach to tackling illegal mining. Ghana to increase coconut export revenues by 60% annually. Government buys tomatoes from farmers to support Feed Ghana program. These and many more coming up your way shortly. A leading member of the Movement for Change, Solomon Owusu, has called on the Office of the Special Prosecutor to invite the aspiring flag bearer of the New Patriotic Party, Dr. Bawumia, for questioning. This request stems from Dr. Bawumia's decision of donating 300 pickups to the New Patriotic Party during the 2024 elections. Mr. Owusu cautioned the origin of the funds for substantial donations.
Maybe the co-OSP a petition because you see, you may be on office or your campaign, but it's so dangerous. So also to me donated 300 pickups, brand new, Navara. And the boy could be a board who are less than $60,000. Yeah, mathematics and pay. Yeah. If more or less divide, if less more divide, 60,000 times 300. $18 million. Uraba say what we dash $18 million. Are you not scandalized by it? So how many donate? Young father say, "Oh, I don't for this man." Okay. But under our Political Parties Act, Obia discover and that's what the child also we indicate. Yeah, why yeka? And I mean yeka say, "Okoje fault." Ura mahamba koje Ford ebe be ne so ase meboa entisi enya omampania be die kire a oye campaign na o kata so no de single-handedly otumi donate 300 pickups e ma campaigner na ye wo Ghana Revenue Authority ye wo OSP ye wo yoko na mudimi friend na so man we so what dying for. You're so serious. Now ebio what say your friend say boni omo ye ni nyina no eba omoba bi wa NCBO ya to abawie how many months ni nya boso me nwatwe ni ase e konkon mu die pa no hu die adwuma no ma ye ntia office me no mi no se adwuma di so mo no omo ye ya no mo start so me campaign for the next election ya to aba Africa mayo ana party no ye campaign say Ghana for one some to aba mo ho na wonu hu a gofo adi boni ene won dimi na lead campaign na no no dey zemuni no na ebra obi ase na say party wonu hu a an elected officer who na the regional chairman of a party you take size that's already na go good party no and the social power say other candidates no e win a wona hotel regional.
Former Member of Parliament for Asin South, Kennedy Ohinie Japan, signals his commitment to unity in the New Patriotic Party. According to him, his inspiration is drawn from 1 Corinthians 13 verse 11, highlighting his focus on constructive actions over reactive responses. Kennedy Japan indicates a transition from fiery speeches to practical, targeted action aimed at building a better country. He stresses unity as his core mandate.
Nansaya matinia ekoso. Menam yira mati, but the bubuya esimaso. Paul say, "Time na me ye abofra no, na me ye abofra adie. And no am yi me ye mpanyinie." For the sake of unity, I will never respond to anybody. I will never respond to anybody. Now we are no be contest. What you need message no Canadian Japan here. You be show me before manaki cancel. No was any party, any campaign. So my pay, madam hosu. Eti men kasa. Make your jumana me yama mranti anya jumaya no. Eno na meka ho asem.
Environmental journalist Erastus Asari Donko has expressed disappointment to President Mahama's approach to tackling illegal mining. He stressed that President Mahama's approach does not convey the gravity of environmental destruction caused by galamsey.
The president either it is me write up me can say either say a man for a misleading president and our president Bankasa also person joining Galamsey spin-offs na man for spinning on social media because obia will move from one or from who be able to say almost tax force be on to IGP go for them.
Wow.
Okay, areas be to say Summer Boy area now me and Pamo Galamsey for any film because close to foreign soldier for a base or holding in a don't want a compromise. IGP team equal and omutin echo Pamo more water no it's more than 100 excavators from forest. No, or send a boy, the uncle guns you could be. We just wanted to give the dog a bad name so we can hang it.
Senior lecturer at the University of Professional Studies, Dr. Palgrave Dankwa, has expressed frustration over what he sees as inadequate attention from the president. He criticized the lack of a defense minister as someone lacking credible in his office.
There are a lot of insecurity issues that have happened over the past months, and I've detailed that. And I think that the Ghana Police Service and the president of Ghana, Dramani Mahama, should pay particular attention to it. Nana, almost immediately, I don't know why the president has not selected a new minister for defense. I don't know why. This weekend there were issues in Hamele, a very peaceful community, peaceful border town. People are burning vehicles, burning offices. Ghana Immigration Services are shooting people, and I mean, we've not even had a statement from the Ghana Immigration Service. We've not had a statement from it. We are not safe. From the 15th of January, in Kwanta South, which is in Oti region, there was a chieftaincy dispute, a gunfire, and arson. 3 people died. 3 people died. Severe people had injuries and houses were burnt. On the 28th of February, Northeast, Nanik, chieftaincy and communal attack. Victims were burnt. 3 people died. A teacher among them also died. On the 9th of April, Upper East, Boku, there was a market dispute and police barracks attacks. 1 person died. 22nd of April, Domiabra, there was a boundary demarcation land issues. Also, a lot of people got injured. 6+ people got injured. On the 25th to the 28th of June, in Kwanta South, Oti region, renewed clashes, schools closed, less than 3 people died, and even more. On the 24th of August, you know these issues that are happening in Bendiri, the Savannah issues. I don't know. Can there be a fight without one party not having arms? I don't know. Maybe some people can tell me. On the 26th of August, this Homowo land dispute, you remember, the spring, 2 people died. 30th of August, Soutum, just around the corner. Okay, 3 people died as well. Rival chieftaincy groups, 4 injured, gunfire, all in Accra. I mean, these things are not safe. Sampa, just in Bono, when we were going on this campaign tour with our candidate Japan, there were chieftaincy disputes, gazetting issues. So if you look at all of these civil unrest, the police should be busy. There were arrests that were made, I recall, and I stated it on air, on the 27th of August. These arrests were made at Daboya police station. The arms were seized and the people were released back. People were released back. I don't think the police is busy. But I think that you recall when the government changed powers, the commander-in-chief of the Ghana Armed Forces, John Dramani Mahama, changed all the security corps, including the battalions. All the battalions, from Northern Command to Southern Command to Central Command, changed a majority of them. So do you see the challenges that we are having? Someone is not advising the president well. Someone is sleeping on the...
In business, the government has set an ambitious goal to raise annual coconut export earnings from 11.4 million to 18.1 million, a nearly 60% increase. According to Dr. Peter Boama, Director of Presidential Initiatives on Agriculture and Agribusiness, the strategy is designed to strengthen Ghana's position as Africa's leading coconut exporter, while enhancing competitiveness in the global market. The announcement follows the launch of a nationwide farmer registration drive under the government 3 million coconut seedlings program. The distribution of 3 million elite coconut seedlings, which are opening registration for today, is designed to scale progress dramatically and expand cultivation by 20,000 hectares. The expected outcomes are bold and transformational, expanding cultivated area from 90,000 hectares to 1,000 hectares and eventually to 150,000 in the medium term. Most importantly, this initiative will increase export revenue by 60% from 11.4 million to more than 18.1 million annually. To simplify the process, farmers, cooperatives and young agri-entrepreneurs can now register for the seedlings as part of effort to position Africa as a global hub for the coconut industry. Dr. Otokuno revealed that the Presidential Initiatives Directorate is supporting the Coconut Federation of Ghana in establishing the African Coconut Board, which will be headquartered in the country. Africa Board will unite coconut-producing countries across the continent to drive growth and development in the sub-sector. Still on business, the government has stepped in to purchase 1,000 boxes of tomatoes and 2,000 boxes of onions cultivated by farmers in the Asante Akim North District of the Ashanti region. The intervention follows concerns that despite a bumper harvest under the Feed Ghana program, a lack of buyers threatened to significantly reduce farmers' earnings. According to the Member of Parliament for Asante Akim North, Frimpong Kwame Nohin, smallholder farmers in the areas had successfully expanded tomato and onion cultivation through the initiative. In response to the Members of Parliament's appeal, His Excellency directed that senior high schools in the Asante Akim North area procure all the tomatoes and onions produced, ensuring farmers receive fair value of their crops while feeding students. Dr. Otokuno confirmed at a press briefing that the entire consignment of tomatoes had already been taken up. The briefing also served to launch the public registration portal for farmers under the government 3 million coconut seedlings initiative. He encouraged farmers interested in the coconut program to secure land before applying. The process is simple and digital with a mobile phone, Dr. Tokonu added. The government dual initiative addressing immediate market challenges while promoting long-term crop diversification to underscore its commitment to strengthening agribusiness and farmer livelihoods. In sports, Bibiani Gold Stars head coach Stephen Frimpong Manso says the very physical nature witnessed in his team contest against Bechem United was to be expected considering all teams are fresh in the opening week of a new season. Gold Stars beat Bechem United 2-1 at the Dance Park in Bibiani to open its campaign in the 2025-2026 Ghana Premier League season. The defending league champion scores its first win of the new season ahead of pivotal week where they take on Algeria side in the CAF Champions League on Saturday, September 20th at 3 p.m. Ghana time. But Frimpong Manso will be bothered about the physical nature of play in a win over Bechem since he expected that. The statement read, "The situation we witnessed was was a very good reflection of normally first game. Frimpong Manso said it was a difficult game. Now devoid of injury, the teams have energy and they want to use it very well. Gold Stars will make their CAF Champions League debut this weekend. And that is all for now on the morning news broadcast. I will be back with subsequent news bulletin later in the afternoon. I am Deborah Dorso, and until then, do have a good morning.
GhanaTalks Radio, #1.
Are you ready to amplify your business or brand's reach and make a meaningful impact in Ghana and beyond? Partner with GhanaTalks Radio today to connect with a diverse audience across Ghana and beyond. Elevate your brand through on-air promotions and social media. Boost your brand during prime time. With GhanaTalks Radio, you can extend your reach across digital platforms. GhanaTalks Radio is not just a station, it is a community hub where your brand becomes part of the conversation. Join us in fostering connections, celebrating culture, and making a lasting impression. For customized sponsorship packages and enquiries, email contact@GhanaTalksRadio.com or call +233 202 544614. GhanaTalks Radio, giving the youth a voice.
What do you want for breakfast? How do you want your breakfast?
English breakfast, French fries.
Koko Nikosi, alo komi kesheto.
Wache.
Well, Gobe is the real deal.
Join us on Ghana Talks Radio. Let's serve you a buffet of breakfast.
From news headlines review, current affairs to social issues.
Entertainment, sports, and all the trending stories live on our mobile app and across all socials from Monday to Friday, 7 a.m. to 10 a.m.
With me, Pakwesi Omare.
Regina Bless.
Deborah Adoso.
And I am Esinal Fiagbedu. This is Ghana Talks Breakfast Show.
Are you ready to amplify your business or brand's reach and make a meaningful impact in Ghana and beyond? Partner with GhanaTalks Radio today to connect with a diverse audience across Ghana and beyond. Elevate your brand through on-air promotions and social media. Boost your brand during prime time. With GhanaTalks Radio, you can extend your reach across digital platforms. GhanaTalks Radio is not just a station, it is a community hub where your brand becomes part of the conversation. Join us in fostering connections, celebrating culture, and making a lasting impression. For customized sponsorship packages and enquiries, email contact@GhanaTalksRadio.com or call +233 202 544614. GhanaTalks Radio, giving the youth a voice.
Good morning once again. You are welcome to the Ghana Talks Breakfast Show right here on Ghana Talks Radio. Yes, I'm back on your screen again for the second segment of the Ghana Talks Breakfast Show. And right here, we dive into the main discussions of the day, where we bring in knowledgeable guests who share their informed perspectives and opinions on issues that matter to you every morning right here on the Ghana Talks Breakfast Show. As usual, you know me to be Esenam Fiagbedu. Unfortunately, I'm sitting in for Maria's the co-host, You have to sit in for him, so that is what I have to do today. Fortunately for us this morning, we have our guest here, Mr. Brimer, who is the NDC communication member. Who is a part of it. And we also have Mr. Abdul Baki. Did I get the name right? Yeah, NPP communication team member for Damongo. Good morning.
Good morning.
You are welcome.
Thank you.
Hope all is well.
It's great we are doing well.
Oh, we bless God for that. I've seen Brima on his phone. Is there something going on that we need to know?
No, just checking morning updates and responding to
I see that. The man with the news and then with the facts. It's good to have you here.
Thank you very much.
Mr. Abdul.
Yes, please.
It's good to have you here.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, as usual. We are back here again to serve our audience on issues and national issues that matter every morning right here on the show. Yeah, so before we dive into the main discussion for this morning, I just want us to look at some issues that happened over the weekend. So one of it has to do with Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, who has promised that if he becomes president, every constituency in Ghana, and right here in Ghana we have about 275 constituency, will get at least 10 grassroots appointments on government boards and agencies. And according to him, he says this will reward loyalty and hard work of party members and also fix the problem of neglect at grassroots, which the NPP's own Mike Okwe report identified as a major reason for their defeat in the 2024 election. Now, Brima, what do you make of the statement our former vice president made?
Right, thank you very much. First, I would like to say good morning to our viewers and listeners. I'd like to also say good morning to the member of Parliament, Kwayawas West Wogon, Honorable John DeMiddle, for his good work that he's doing. He's currently securing intentions for University of Ghana students, and in addition to that, he has been able to bus them to their various homes. So I think it's a good initiative, even though he's even a minister, but he still makes time to perform those roles that he used to perform. He has not neglected us, and it's good that we extend our appreciation to him, and we hope and pray that the good people of Ayawas West Pogon will continue to be with him and remember him come 2028 elections. I would like to say good morning to the Honorable Minister for Employment and Labour Relations, Honorable Rashid Pilpo, the MP for West Central constituency as well. He's been very good to the constituency and performing his duty as a Minister for Employment and Labour Relations as well. Now, going forward to the discussion on the table, I think His Excellency Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia has made a suggestion. I mean, what he has said is just perhaps to his party members and whatnot. But as coming from someone who has been in power for 8 years, I don't know why he's not realizing these things. But I don't know, that was to him and his party. What we, the nation, are looking for is to be able to get competent people to work on your behalf. Because even if you put a grassroots person who is not competent, you are going to come back to the same results you had in the last 8 years. Because it is due to poor performance that you were voted out of office. So if it is, because of that, you're looking at building your base and you think that's all, reignite your base, that is your problem. But what is the gain to we as a nation? Are you really coming to bring us competent people such that, the leadership that we experienced during your 8 years of, vice presidency or presidency will not experience same if Ghanaians decide to give you the mandate. So I'm trying to ignite his base, give them hope of he coming back and have these intentions to implement. That's his own problem. What we are concerned as a nation and as a party in government is that at the end of the day, would these things go a long way to benefit the people of Ghana? Exactly. So that's what we are looking at. So if you come and give them an appointment, those ones are your problem.
But wouldn't you be affected?
Well,
you mean he comes into power and then he's given?
I've said this here that I don't know. It is the democracy we have all come to meet. It's very unfortunate that the democracy we are practicing now has a winner takes it all. Policy. Let me put it that way. A winner takes it all. Mindset. Because I don't know. If there is no way any political party will come into power, and the people that have campaigned for them to come into power, you neglect them. It's not done anyway. Even at home, charity begins at home. At the end of the day, your parents will have to look inward before they look outside. We have some, CPP members who are currently appointees of, this government. We have the likes of Amma Pratt, Junior. They were not even political activists. We have the likes of, Nana Yajan, the likes of CPP. Though all those people have come into power. But at the end of the day, you must serve, your party members first. That is non-negotiable. But what we are looking at is how competent they are.
They are, exactly.
In terms of executing the roles that you are giving them.
They are given to
Unfortunately, you can see that over the years and whatnot, political parties have been able to try their best to make sure that they put in competent people to fill in the various political portfolios that we have. So at the end of the day, if NDC will be disadvantaged, it is the doing of the democracy that we have come to meet. That there is a winner takes up. And there is no way, you see, it is politics. There is no way you are looking forward to come and give a position to an NDC member where you expect him to work in your interest. For your government to rather be... No, it's not done that way. There is no way it will happen. So you will have to keep your friends closer than your enemies. Rightly. So that's how I think about this whole thing. Yeah.
Oh, Mr. Abdul, what do you make of what your former vice president made with regards to giving appointment to grassroots when he comes into power?
All right. First of all, let me greet the former vice president, Dr. Alhaji Mahmoud Bawumia, for his good works, for the value he has attached to the office of the vice president. This issue of decentralization of appointments to the constituency level is very, very important, because I think somewhere last week we went around some of the constituencies, and it will surprise you to note that you get to some of the constituencies and they will tell you they didn't even get a single appointment, the whole constituency, right? During our XY regime, we're not even having a single appointee coming from that.
But should that always be the case, that anytime your party comes into power, that it should be made mandatory that the grassroots should get appointments? Should people be appointed based on loyalty or based on their competence and then what they are bringing to the table?
I don't think we can sit here and discuss and then make the point that there will be a constituency that do not have a qualified, or that does not have a qualified person to occupy a specific portfolio. Most definitely there will be people who are qualified. And those are the people we are talking about. Talking about grassroots is not just going to bring people who are not qualified. No. It's to bring people who are qualified, to bridge the gap between the constituencies and the regions, so that those people can also assist those who probably have not been able to get the opportunity to roll out through this legal frame of education, or who don't have the certificate to occupy those portfolios. So that is why Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia is saying this time around, when we give him the nod, he will decentralize it. And then we all know appointing power is within the remit of the president. And we all agree that Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia might not know everybody who's working for him. There are definitely people in constituencies that are working hard, right? They are really working hard to make sure Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia becomes a president. Probably he doesn't even know them. One thing you realize in our appointment space is that mostly it's about those around the cake or who you know around the table. If you don't know anybody, you work hard and you will not be recognized. Recently, you go to TikTok, you see people of their party members who are agitating. You see evidence, videos of them who worked hard prior to the 2024 election. Today have been neglected because they don't know anybody around the table where decision is being made. So this time around, Dr. Alhaji Mahmoud Bawumia, in his own wisdom, from the report that we received, has come to a conclusion that if we give him the nod this time around, he's going to decentralize the appointment, so that if I am a loyal fan of Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia in Damango constituency, and I happen not to know Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, at least I would know one of those 10 appointees is going to appoint from the constituency to run to when I have issues. So basically, that is the reason behind this appointment issue.
Yeah. So you see it to be a good call.
Very, very, very good. But my brother agrees with me.
Yeah. All right. Okay. So on the issue of Bawumia again, So he has openly admitted that mistakes by the NPP government led to their 2024 election defeat. And speaking to delegates in the Ashanti region, he said both the government and party leadership failed in key areas. He took collective responsibility, saying he, ministers, MPs, and appointees were all part of the lapses, and appealed for forgiveness from party members and assuring it will not happen again. Indirectly, he's trying to apologize to all of us that there were certain things that they should have done, but
Most
they didn't do.
definitely.
And there were certain things that they didn't do right, obviously. What is the assurance that if we give you that mandate again, when you come into power, you're going to right your wrongs?
Yes. First of all, this is the first time in the history of our political space where a former flag bearer and a former vice president of our party or within our political space has openly come out to apologize to the Ghanaian people and then our party members that, you know what, we made mistakes, I admit, and I apologize on behalf of every appointee who has maybe in a way wronged you or not. And we all know Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia to be somebody with integrity. He's very humble and is a man of his words. And to come out alone to apologize shows that yes, he's on top of issues and he knows what is going on. And all I can see is that when we give him the nod, I have 100% assurance that Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia will make sure, you know, for every governance, definitely there will be mistakes. For that one, there is no two ways about that. As we speak now, just 9 months, they've committed a lot of mistakes. For that one, because I'm going to appoint a number of people. And there's a saying that one spot granite spoils the whole soup. So definitely there will be mistakes, but we'll make sure we curb some of these situations so that they will not get out of hand in his next administration.
Brahma,
Yes.
do you see this apology genuine, or you see it as a source of manipulation to buy the people again?
But I mean, there is no doubt about it.
Oh.
It's a way of also trying to court public sympathy, and but it is right that as a political party or as a person, you need to admit your wrongs, because at the end of the day, they cannot say that they were white angels all throughout the 8 years of governance.
Exactly.
But you see, it is the level of let me put it that way, stubbornness that they exhibited and arrogance that he himself stated in power. Because there were certain things that genuinely you could see that the CSOs, you could see that the neutral persons, the experts in government, on the sidelines, genuine concerns of Ghanaians about certain things that were not going on well. They deliberately ignored it. They felt it was coming from the opposition, and these are some of the things that led them to opposition today. Because if indeed you truly want to serve the people, and you hear of concerns, you need to sometimes even ask the way some of the things that are coming up. Because the likes of E-Levy and Co, it wasn't just about even Ghanaians speaking about it. Experts spoke about it. People even, you hear some of the experts said this is not even a kind of tax that we should, it's something that we should even be taxing. We heard the likes of, we saw the likes of betting tax being imposed during critical times, where you finish after implementing, a levy or a tax, then you go and do a kick to make mockery of the people. So some people took it to heart. When you look at even the likes of, haircuts to pensioners' funds.
Yes.
And the way they seek to defend it, all these things contributed to their loss. We can always, when you come to the matter of the exchange rate conversation and these petroleum products and whatnot, those ones politically, we all know that there are factors that people don't have control over. But when it comes to some attitudes of even their appointees, how they react to certain things that were happening during their time, you look at the likes of Katie Hammond. Whenever there is issue, we seek to rubbish it as if it is nothing. You look at the likes of, their communicators, how aggressive and how they seek, because there is some kind of way you will have to communicate when you are in government. And these are the things that led to them. But we see one thing that His Excellency the former president, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, is doing, that I'm looking at what the party is trying. They should try to put him to, in terms of putting out Mike Okoye's reports and whatnot, because I learned Kennedy Japan's camp, they said they've not seen anything. But it's as if only Bawumia knows what's inside the report, telling everybody what's inside the report. What if what he's saying is, he's not being truthful about it?
That's not true.
You understand the point I'm making? Because Kennedy Agyapong camp came to say that, please, you are saying that your loss was not due to your tribe, your religion, and whatnot, per Mike Okoye's report. Please, we do not have access to it. Enlighten us. You understand? So some of these things that he's even saying, how sure are we that it is indeed in the Mike Okoye's report that, what do you call it? The mistakes is outlined were the ones that they truly have accepted that they made during their era, for which reason they were voted out. His Excellency, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, in time past has referred to John Mahama that the presidency is not a place for making corrections, for correcting your mistakes.
Exactly.
But today you are telling us we should come and give it to come and experiment.
I saw that post
exactly, to come and experiment with our presidency. He should also be advised accordingly that going forward, the presidency is not a place to come and correct your mistakes. If you want to correct your mistakes, he should know how best to do it. But giving our presidency to him, lie, for that one day, he should forget about it. We all know that he's the one that president.
That's opinion, though.
I am saying that
upon all the pleading and the forgiveness he's asking,
for 8 good years, he was the head of the economic management team. When things were going on well, he received praises for it. His Excellency Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia in opposition. One thing that politicians that we have to look at critically is always undermining certain things of the economy. Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia simplified our economy in just exchange rates in opposition. He told us that if the fundamentals are weak, the exchange rate will expose you. Knowing very well that we are living in a country which is heavily an import-driven country, where some of these things factors go beyond even government hands. Sometimes government has some interventions to make, but he simplified our economy into these kind of simple slogans and sloganeering and everything. One village, one toilet in 2 years' time. Those kind of sloganeering. When he came to power, you couldn't deliver. So when you simplify these things and make it look as if you had everything under your fingertips, and when giving the people to deliver, more was expected of them because they won with a million margin in 2016. So looking at the 8 years gap, people had so much expectation, just as people have so much expectation of John Mahama now. So when you come into power and you're not able to deliver, and they're telling you concerns and whatnot, and you try to disassociate yourself from it, that's one of the mistakes that they are neglecting. That his campaign immediately went down into the drain when he decided to distance himself from the governors of Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo. Because for you to come and say you are just a mate, knowing very well that you are coming to be, you said that you are just a mate.
No. He also made mention that he was not part of the e-levy. He wasn't even aware of it.
Yes,
that was what
you understand.
That's true.
Yeah.
I'm coming.
Right.
Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia never distanced himself. I'm coming.
No, I'm making it. Let me make my point. When it comes to that,
no. Let him finish. And let me finish.
I'm saying he said he was a mate. It's not true. He said he was a mate.
He mentioned that.
It's factual. I am not making false information here. He said he was a mate. But he knew in 2016 you were coming to be a mate. You assisted Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo in the campaign trail, knowing very well you are going to play the role of a vice presidency. But when you come to tell her you are a mate, even in Ghana here, people were even making mockery of him. Even it is the mate that tells the driver where we should stop, where the passenger is going, and where we are even going as a nation. So if he failed in that role, what's the assurance that if you give it the steer that you were looking for, which the some magazine people gave it to you, you would be able to drive this country to a safe place? These are the things that brought you down, because at the end of the day, when you tell us that, yes, he had his own personal opinion. You see, let's look at these things critically. He had his own personal opinion about the implementation of a tax on the mobile money transactions. He didn't believe that it was, good to be implemented. Right.
You are correcting yourself.
No, I'm not correcting myself. I'm telling you. Those are some of the things that he himself said. Do you understand? But at the end of the day, the party in power, your president didn't agree. So if you cannot convince your president to do the right thing, which you believe was the right thing, was not to tax than e-levy, how can you convince even a whole nation to go with you? Your own president, your own party, someone you did the campaign with, you could not convince him on the economy, on how it was going to affect business, on how it was going to impoverish Ghanaians in terms of even these mobile money transactions. what shows that when you give him the mandate, you are going to have even a mind of own to be to, implement policies that will solve our problems. You were the head of the economic management team. 100 days in office, you told us that you have arrested the dollar.
The dollar.
Giving it to a CID.
Is he talking about dollar?
Oh, I'm making the point. I'm making the mistakes we are pointing out. He said we should forgive him. And I'm telling you the things he himself said, which made him
talking about dollar.
8 years down the lane. We asked you that the city to dollar, exchange rate. Today, you took it from 4 Ghana cedis. It is almost 14 Ghana cedis now. The things that you said, you failed in that regard. You understand? There are so many flagship programs that they tried to implement during their time, which they failed. He championed some of them. You understand? He moved from economic risk to being a digital man. We didn't know him like that.
Okay.
So those are the things that he has to work on. I don't know what they are coming to brand him again, from economy to digitalization. Maybe next time when he's coming, I don't know, industrialization man or something like that. They like to swim in sloganeering. They like to swim in terms of making these kind of statements as if sloganeering is policy making.
All right.
But when giving the mandate, they cannot deliver. So no, we shouldn't be deceived. He's just going around doing his normal campaign and what's not, trying to call public sympathy. But there is no way that he's a changed person. Even though, going forward, conclusion, looking at it, the people that are even leading him, they are the same people that were in his field 8 years, time of governance. What's the guarantee? There are no new faces. All of them, when you look at them, all past appointees of Nanado, they couldn't deliver. What shows that if they come with Baumia again, they will be able to deliver.
All right. That's your opinion.
You see, you spoke about we implementing flagship programs and then
not delivering.
As I'm seated here today, one of the reasons that cemented and sealed my decision to join the new patriotic party is because of free SHS.
Free SHS.
Yes.
Right.
As at 2016, a young man like me who was deciding as to which political party I should join.
You should join.
Weighed the two political parties. Even at the time they were campaigning, I made a halfway decision because listening to the two political parties as at 2016, you could see that their political party had no message. Because whilst His Excellency Nana Akufo-Addo and Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia were promising Ghanaians they will bring free SHS, they were going around organizing adverts against free SHS. They, the same people, put on uniform on seat marching and saying free SHS 419. The president of Ghana today even said we should introduce free SHS on the whimsical promise of a desperate politician. And then fast forward 2017, myself seated here, I was a beneficiary of the free SHS. We were the first batch. And that cemented my idea to go into a new patriotic party because I believe this is a party that cares about both the less privileged and the rich, that gives opportunity to both the less privileged and then the rich. So you that you've not benefited from, probably has even benefited from it. And you seated here because of political lines, trying to rubbish the flagship programs we brought. That is just a clear example. And I am a beneficiary of it. And today, that is why I'm seated here speaking for that political party. He made a statement that Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia distanced himself from Dr.
Nanado.
His Excellency Nana Akufo-Addo. It's not true. It's totally false. If I say I'm a mate, and for that matter, give me the mantle to become a driver so that I can take sole decisions, what is wrong with that? We all agree that our constitution segregate the mandate between a president and that of a vice president. Ask them. When His Excellency John Dramani Mahama was a vice president, what did he say? He's a ceremonial person. That's what he said. Go and listen to His Excellency John Jinapo, who was a spokesperson to the then president then. That His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, his role was to attend ceremonies on behalf of the president. Today, His Excellency Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia came, he has attached so much value to the office of the vice president. Today, if you go to our airport, there is no need to go through the long immigration process again. Your Ghana card, you are good to go. Probably he has not been there, or probably he has not used it before. So he will sit here and say things he's not aware of. So for those unnecessary arguments, and then saying if the fundamentals are weak, the exchange rate will expose you. How is that a lie? Today, that's what is happening to you people. We handed over the exchange rate to you at 14 Ghana cedis. You brought it down to 10 Ghana cedis. As of today, we don't even know the factor that reduced the exchange rate to 10 Ghana cedis. Because the president today will say gold board, tomorrow will say Bank of Ghana, the next day he will go quoting another 10. They don't even know what is the driving factor that brought the exchange rate down. And you sit here and say that's a lie. How is that a lie? Today it's hitting somewhere 13 Ghana cedis. Is that a lie? It's not exposing you. Is that two not hiding today? When you go to 10 cedis, weren't you people jubilating? Weren't you people going around saying your two is forcing? Weren't you people going around saying your baba? Today where are they? They are all hiding. So he should take his time and then get his fact right.
Right. So if Bawumia is asking for forgiveness that some things didn't go well during their government, at what point in time did they realize that things were not going that they couldn't correct, but waited to come in opposition before
That's a good question.
coming?
That's a good question. Let me tell you one thing. You see, mostly if you happen to be around some of these people, you get to know that a lot of information they don't give to them rightly. And that one, not only Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia.
As in those at the highest
rank.
table.
Yes, I'm telling you something. That's the truth. That's the gospel.
But why should that be the case? Shouldn't they have the...
Let me even give you a classical example.
All right.
My school, for instance, right? Sometimes you'll be in your school and then you hear, oh, the president or vice president is coming. Quickly, they want to fix things for you to look as if everything is in good shape.
Everything is in good shape.
They don't allow them to come and see the reality that we are facing as a country. And that is one of the things that is killing us as a country. And I'm telling you the gospel truth. Everybody wants to look good in the eyes of these people. So when they go, they try to say things that would give them a good name before some of these people. So mostly they even go and tell them a whole lot of information that might not even be true.
But wasn't it their responsibility to fact check if indeed what they were saying to them was indeed
That's why I say
true?
they are working with a number of people. You can't fact check everybody.
Are you sure?
Yes. Even we seated here today, you can't fact check all of us. So that is one of the contributing factors that. And today, from the report, and that is what Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia apologized on, even drew from the report. The report that came shows that there were a lot of mistakes we made as a political party.
Do you mind pointing out some of the mistakes that they report?
Oh, for that one we can't discuss
you
it.
Can't discuss it.
Because I was in Ashanti region myself last week, and then to be honest, I was not happy, because we all know Ashanti region is our stronghold, is our bank when it comes to elections. And when I went there myself, let me be honest, I wasn't that happy because of some of the development we were supposed to do there and we couldn't complete. So with this, all of us agree that we made some mistake where they have already started making those mistakes. And we hope they will also have the courage to come and apologize to the Ghanaian people. As it stands now, they even have to come out and come and apologize to us.
You're rushing to just come to attack us.
No.
You had 8 years in governance. You see, my brother here mentioned that, they have a lot of people around them, so because they don't give them the real issues on grounds. I beg to differ. His Excellency Nana Dankwa Ekufuor during his era went on a radio program, stated categorically, I think the presenter was telling him that, His Excellency, please, do you know the price of cement now? He retorted that, young man, I receive daily briefings than any other person in this country as a normal citizen.
I never said no.
Please don't.
The point I'm making is that the man went on a radio station and says that he knows more than we know as ordinary citizens. That he receives daily briefings.
So that makes us aware that he knew everything that was going on.
So you cannot come and sit here.
Please don't interject him, please.
So you cannot come and sit here and tell us that because you appointed the wrong people who misinformed your presidency. For that matter, they didn't know a lot of things or what. No, they knew. They were receiving daily briefings at the presidency. His Excellency John Dramani Mahama even mentioned at his media encounter that I get up to receive daily briefings from my ministers. He gets in touch with his AG and whatnot to be able to tell them some of these things. So if you did bad thing by appointing people who were not good at their job and giving your presidency false information, that is your problem, and that is what has sent you back into opposition for you to go and learn sense and come into power and appoint Yes, for you to go and learn in terms of your rights.
Mind your language.
I retract and apologize based on that. I didn't mean to. Say that. I retract and apologize. In terms of to go and learn.
He has retracted.
So a classical example is you in 2016.
Exactly.
Kukwanido was telling people you are comfortable.
And I'm saying that
at the end, your president cried.
All right.
Cried on a live.
Slow. Calm down.
I am making a point on.
So did he mislead you?
Let him finish.
I am making a point on some of the things that you have said.
So let's be honest.
They were you are saying no that they were misled, and I said the man in charge, evidence, sat on the radio station and said that I am not being misled. He was even misled in some times past. But for this one, the price of cement and the bread and butter issues, he said he was very much aware. He received daily briefings on the prices and everything. Now coming back to my brother, talking about the free senior high school and whatnot. We introduced progressive free senior high school in this country in 2015. His Excellency John Demand launched it. We started with the day students. We were going to even extend it to the boarding students come the September that was coming, the following September. What we were against was the timing. But you symbolically introduced free senior high school because of a political promise. You came in, you didn't even wait to even assess that whether the schools had the facilities to be able to accommodate these things. Ordinarily, numbers were going to increase. You should have known all these things before implementing. But because you had promised and you had to deliver it, you introduced a green gold, kind of system that came, destroyed our educational system, where we had people, students would come out to use, their mobile phones to do recordings, to insult even the president because they didn't receive a report that they thought it was a report. When you were giving them even past questions to aid them in those things. Because I'm telling you for a fact.
The first time I'm talking about points again.
No, I am saying that it's not even the first time. But at the end of the day, it was as a result of your bad implementation of the free senior high school policy. You made them to think. You made them to think.
Don't worry, he'll finish soon.
He has brought himself. Don't worry.
No, he'll finish soon. Then you come in.
You made them to think that with the implementation of your green gold policy, they were not having enough time in the various schools as we had it previously. Previously, when it was the terms, we had first term, second term, third term.
Yes.
But with the introduction of the green gold policy and whatnot, they were going for semester basis. 3 months at home, 3 months in school. 3 months at home, 3 months in school. How sufficient was it for them to be able to cover everything? Then you brought in a policy on your own to give them pass questions. A government who, those days when we used to use our pocket money to go and buy pass questions, when you go and use your last money to go and buy pass questions, how you make good use of it? You will not joke with it. A government use its own resources to procure pass questions for to aid people in studying. But with a mindset that now this man has not given me enough time, he's giving me pass questions. What does it mean? Do you understand the point?
Oh.
These are the, yes,
but there's nothing wrong with giving students past questions to prepare for their exams.
These are the things that gave meaning to the people. For them to be able to think that way, you destroy the system.
Let's not assume for people.
I'm telling you for the fact those were the issues on grounds. I'm telling you.
Did you benefit from fees? Did you benefit from fees?
Yes, I benefited. But I would say no. I am saying that.
All right, let's calm down.
Let me make my point. You're interrupting me.
You have 1 minute to wrap up.
120-day contract. You said you cancel 11 within double track within 120. Have you done it?
Let him finish. He has 1 minute to wrap up.
You benefit from a policy and come and sit here and rubbish it.
I'm not rubbishing.
He's not rubbishing.
I'm saying that we said the time.
You finish. Let him finish.
Do you understand?
He has made his point. He's made a point. So, okay.
We introduced
Thank you very much.
Free senior high school. When you go into the constitution, there is free compulsory universal education that the constitution puts in doubt as a nation. Going forward, we should make sure that we are, intentional about rolling out free education to every level of our educational policy. That's why His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, in his fulfillment of his promise, took the tuition fees of the university students, first year students, their tuition fees. We gave it back to them.
Is it everyone that has received those fees?
Those processes that are going on will have lapses in terms of the system because some of them are facing their Ghana card. I have the numbers here.
He's done.
I have the numbers.
He's done.
A lot of people have received theirs, and others are yet to receive. In terms of validation, some people, the name they use in their Ghana card and in their admission and whatnot, those are the things that we are just, but at the end of the day, they have the assurance. We have majority of them receiving their tuition fees. It is a continuity of what we are looking at, the free compulsory universal education, which was put in the constitution. Do you understand the point I'm making? So at the end of the day, we did not say that free education was bad in its entirety.
All right.
We even paved way for you to come and implement it. What I say,
right.
The e-blocks that we bought, they need to come and use it.
Okay.
Can I come in now?
Come in.
All right. You see, I'm very sad that my brother sits here. He sits here and says he's a beneficiary of free SHS and tries to rubbish the policy. The same person who is trying to rubbish free SHS right? Where we are paying for fees for students for three good years. Today, you have implemented a tertiary levy, which is only for level 100s.
Level 100.
And you are seated here admitting that definitely there will be lapses. But you don't think that the 3-year cycle that we are running, free, that one there will not be challenges, that one there will not be lapses. 2017, when we started free SHS, there was nothing like double track. When we started free SHS, there was nothing like double track. So definitely, if a policy is being implemented, will come with challenges. And the double track goes a long way to tell us the impact of the free SHS. That is to tell us that if not because of the free SHS, this number of people wouldn't have been able to come to the secondary school. You people promised us within your 120-day contract that you cancel double track when you come within 120 days. What did your Minister for Education say? Honorable Adonai said the double tracks policy is a good one for that matter. They cannot cancel it now. Even if they will cancel it, they have to start having that discussion somewhere 2027. And you come and sit here, a beneficiary of free SHS who is not grateful, you sit here and try to rubbish the policy. Is that what we are supposed to be doing as a country, as a nation, just because it's only implemented by your political party? I am not surprised, because the person is sitting here to defend. The president of the Republic of Ghana even said we should introduce it on a whimsical promise of a desperate politician. So it's up to them. They should keep on.
Wow. That was a heated argument right there between Brahma and Abdul. Okay. That was just by the way. So let's dive into the main issues for this morning. On our first topic has to do with minority criticizing the government. The government deal with the US over deportees. So this is what you need to know. So Ghana has agreed to accept West African nationals deported from US, including 14 individuals, mostly Nigerians, 1 Ghanaian and 1 Gambian, under this government. And the government says these deportees are being returned to their home countries after entering Ghana under the agreement. The minority caucus in Parliament, particularly the Foreign Affairs Committee, has condemned the deal. They describe it as a grave constitutional breach and affront to Ghana's sovereignty and argue its violent foreign policy or constitutional norms. Specifically, the reference Article 75 of the Ghana Constitution, yes, which says any treaty, agreement, or convention executed by or under the authority of the President must be laid before Parliament and ratified. Now, here are the key concerns raised by the minority. They worry that accepting these deportees under this kind of U.S. policy binds Ghana to potentially controversial immigration enforcement regimes, which might contradict Ghana's principles of non-alignment, human rights, and regional solidarity.
Definitely.
With the issue of security, concerns about whether those being deported have been properly vetted for criminality or other risks. They argue the government should review when the deal was made, whether it was ratified by Parliament as required, and what safeguards are in place. The Minister for Foreign Affairs, Samuel Okudzeto-Ablakwa, has clarified that the agreement is a memorandum of understanding and not a full binding treaty. He says that Ghana has not received material or financial benefits from this deal. The government claims there are safeguards, vetting of the deportees, ensuring they do not pose a security threat.
Yes.
How do you feel about that?
For me, I'm not surprised. You see. Let me speak.
Don't worry. He's not gonna. I'll make sure he's not gonna interject you.
You can choose to.
No. I'll not let him do it.
That's not my
I was thinking. Where they were praising themselves, second coming of the Supreme Leader, second coming of the NDC, they have learned from their mistakes, because this current Idi Amin government we are experiencing have been in government before, from 2012 to 2016. So I was thinking they've learned from their mistakes. But it looks as if, Charlie, these people sitting in opposition for 8 years have not learned anything. the same thing they did in 2016 is the same thing they are repeating today.
Repeating again.
First of all, 14 people have already been received in this country.
Yes.
And then the whole agreement is illegal because it's not gone to Parliament. That's very, very important. Now, let me take you back to 2016. Do you remember the two Yemeni terror suspects that were brought into this country, that were received by this Idi Amin government, John Dramani Mahama, Mohammed Al Dubai, and then Mohammed bin Atef, who were in prison custody for 14 years, were received in this country in 2016. And today, this same government, I'm so surprised. I'm so surprised that when they come into power, is the time we become a receiving point for some of these deportees. And as it stands now, most of the West African countries, not only the West African country, sub-Saharan countries, are complaining bitterly against the harsh way US is treating some of these deportees. And that is why most of the countries were not willing to align themselves with some of these issues. So why Ghana? That is the principal question we are asking ourselves. Why Ghana? And this will go a long way to create a perception or create a notion in the minds of the people or in the minds of the other country that we are aligning with the US government to perpetrate some of this against our own people. It's very sad, against our own people. Today, we all know the security issues we are facing in our country.
Exactly.
Somewhere last week, we saw people who were agitating against some people. I don't want to be specific on the nationality of those people, that they should leave our country. They are taking away the business of our businessmen and women in this country. We've heard how people have been attacked and killed by some nationals of a particular country. As we speak today, our country is not in good crisis in terms of security. We are all aware. See what is happening in Sola. See what is happening in Boku. Today, see what is happening in Kaswa. Just last week, somebody was beheaded in Kaswa. We don't see those who are committing these crimes. 5 taxi drivers went missing. We found them dead. There is a young guy called Atom who leaves Jama at one of the secondary school. I've forgotten the name of the secondary school. Was missing and found dead in the bush. Up to today, we've not been able to apprehend one person who is beyond all these things. That is why when we were in government, we brought, I don't know if you remember, if you hear something, say something.
Yes.
To curb this terrorist attack that was going on in this country, because we know what is happening. See what is happening in Hamile just 2 days today, where people were shot and killed. And upon all these security threats we are facing as a country, it's not a priority to the president. It's not pivotal to the president and then the security services to sit down and look into it and make sure we as citizens of this country, we are first of all safe. And today you are telling us that you are going to sign an agreement with the US embassy for us to be a receiving point. Why Ghana? That's the question. For us to be a receiving point to receive deportees who were harshly treated, who were discriminated into our country. Why?
But first off, have we even checked to find out why these people were even deported in the first place?
No, but if you follow the issue of these deportee issues in the US, you get to know it's not even based on merit. Some of them, just because we all know how Trump spoke against some of these blacks in the US to get them out and all that. You understand? Most of our West African countries are not in alignment with that.
But
you didn't take it to Parliament?
But have they tried speaking to other African countries that did not accept that Ghana?
Yes. There are a number of countries.
In your opinion, do you mind telling us why these people didn't accept their own neighboring country people?
Yes, because of how our people are being treated in the US. Today, there are a lot of US citizens in this country. Yes. Have we deported them?
No, we haven't.
Have we deported them? So why we the blacks? And the sad thing is that most of the African countries are declining because this is not and our problem here today is that this same government received 2 terrorists in this country in the year 2016. That should be a great concern here. 2 people who were convicted 14 years in custody were received in this country by President John Dramani Mahama in 2016. And today 14 people have arrived in this country.
So why haven't they learned from their lesson and they are still?
That is up to them to answer.
Tell me, Brima.
Thank you very much. I think we need to put things in perspective.
Right.
That in going to these European countries, some of them you require a visa. And there are procedures in acquiring your visa, and upon arrival you would have to go by the visa stay they have given you. If you are coming for a vacation stay, you are given a visa for your what do you call it, your vacation stay. If you are coming for education, you are given a visa for education. I don't know, 5 years or 4 years of study, you must return home. If you are coming for whatever reason, the visa is attached to it for that purpose. And we know, as we are, as the Africans that we are, the Ghanaian in us, the nature of even blacks in entirety, in terms of when you go on the media, they say, oh, we need it, those kind of things. Because some people would go and overstay. Some people would go against the law. Do you understand? So it's natural for the country to be able to say that Trump, in his administration, I'm going to deport everyone who doesn't go by your visa. You have overstayed your visa. You need to go to your country. So deporting people from their various countries, this is not new. This is not anything new. People have we've deported during that time. They've deported Aisha Wang, an illegal miner in this country who was cutting woods and whatever to her country. Do you understand?
An illegal what?
Oh, please wait. Let me make my point.
So
Someone who even committed,
he didn't.
Allah, let me make my point. Someone who even committed crimes was even deported to a country. And that's what I'm telling you. Even deportation is entirety. It's nothing new. Do you understand the point I'm making? Because these are some of the sanctions that they give to people who go against the laws of their country. So we, as an African nation, West African nation, go to receive our fellow West Africans. Today, if Cote d'Ivoire there's crisis and there's issues, where do they run? It's not Ghana. Would you say you don't receive them? When you even go to the West African Economic Community of West African States, the ECOWAS Protocol, the first treaty that we signed of 1979 was the Free Movement Protocol. They can move into our country, we can move into each other's country without a visa. Nigerians are here, Cote d'Ivoire are here, Togos are here. It's nothing new. That's what I'm saying. This alone guarantees free movement. So when His Excellency John Dramani met the media people, what did he say? He said that we even have a free movement protocol. So he, in his own wisdom, said that in accepting these deportees who are West African nationals, he doesn't see any problem with it. They are our brothers. They are our own people that he has accepted. And when they came, 14 individuals, we are not the only African country that's even receiving them. We have the likes of Rwanda. Rwanda is receiving them. We have South Sudan also receiving them. We have Eswatini also receiving them. Do you know that even in time past, some other countries have received our people before? When you look at Kuwait, even during that in 2020, we received deportees from Kuwait who are Ghanaians. Do you understand the point? So in terms of these are sanctions that a country like US is giving out to people who have gone against their laws. The 14 individuals, 13 of them have all gone to their various ways. 13 are Nigerian, one is a Gambian. Yeah. He's still facing medical issue and they are treating him well. If you were in his shoes, as a Ghanaian, put yourself in these kind of shoes, that you have been deported to a home country such as West African state, which you have been taken care of, and they have facilitated your movement to your various homes. What is wrong with that? He is making reference to Guantanamo and whatnot. I want to state here that during that time, you and I may not have the intelligence, the knowledge, the expert that His Excellency John Dramani Mahama had in receiving those people. We cannot sit here and elect leaders and come and sit as if we left our country into incompetent people. We knew that they were competent, for which reason we elected them into power, for which reason we have given them the mandates. And so when they are giving, we have every right to criticize them, but let us give them the benefit of, the benefit of these things, that they have perhaps enough information that we may not be even, privy to. And for which reason they make decisions on these, inform this and these things. Currently, those people are not even in Ghana here again. So what is your problem? But, all these issues, yes.
Yeah, but the issue is that according to the article they quoted from the Constitution, they were supposed to
if
put
they have
it
it, they
before.
should go to the court. Why are they standing? If you think there's an illegality that has been perpetrated, go to court. When during their time,
but you failed to do the right thing.
They should go to court. Go to court and go and speak that it is the right thing, because they are quoting constitution today that what do you call it? Things didn't go according to the constitution, representative parliaments and whatnot. If they feel that the presidency has done something wrong, they should go to court. They know the right avenue to channel their concerns, not to come and stand on the media and misstating constitution when you know the right thing to do. So I don't know, His Excellency John Dramani and the NDC acted in good faith. These are bilateral relationships and diplomatic relationships that we need not to even compromise on. Today, when we want, what do you call it? When we are in debt and want assistance, where do we go to? It's not the IMFs and whatnot that come to bail us out. If you are just extending such a helping hand to them, what harm will it cause? For you to be able to assess your nation and know these kind of things that they do not bring that much up. He today is citing security issues and whatnot. Does he want to say over the 8 years of Nana Addo's government, there have not been security issues in this country? There have not been conflicts in this country? Let us not be hypocritical about these things. Yes. Do you understand? You are saying that in this country, you have made mention of certain issues that unfortunately shouldn't be happening in our country. Many of them have to do with these kind of internal conflicts and our own issues that we can handle as a nation. But going forward, do not behave as if you have that moral temerity and right to come and criticize something that you yourself you couldn't solve in your 8 years of governance. Why? During another and why couldn't you solve all issues of people being beheaded? No, because these are security issues that even without even tight security and whatnot, these things happen. And unfortunately, we should not condone it. But do not come and sit and use that to justify that we're receiving deportees that are West African nationals. We have a treaty that we have signed with the ECOWAS in 1979, granting us free movement of our own West African nationals. Today, they are not even in the country. It's not as if they have stayed or whatever. And I'm asking him, tomorrow, if Cote d'Ivoire and Togo and the likes have issues, you are saying our West African nationals, we shouldn't receive them. Is that not the case? Because that's what you're saying. So,
but I feel like we should check our security levels before even accepting these people into the country in the first place.
But I do not want to believe that as you and I we sit here, we want to doubt that the presidency does not have enough intelligence to assess the grounds as to whether it is indeed good for us to receive these people or not. Have they spent 1 month in this country? Why are we behaving as if they are staying here overnight? They are staying here forever. Haven't they gone to their various homes? What harm have they caused, if not to strengthen our bilateral relationship with the US?
Before.
We should wait for them. Why when they go and sleep? You think they're just going to sleep there without any security? They're just going to sleep there without any security. Where they have camped them, you think you can just walk there as an ordinary Ghanaian? Just go and enter there where they have come there without security. The president doesn't provide them with security. Let's not say certain things. Do you understand? When you look at globally, Ghana has become the shining star of democracy. We have earned that name of having peaceful elections in this country. We have earned that global recognition of making sure that in this our country it is peaceful, such that when people want to go for vacation and holidays, they come. Now, even this,
you should be wrapping up.
Yes, in wrapping up. When you look at this deportation issue and whatnot, it has become news. Who knows? When you even look at this, our social media platforms and whatnot, people will go on social media and asking people countries that they know. They mention Ghana, so people don't even know Ghana. But we have been in the news for a good reason or bad reason.
Okay.
And what we have received, people may give Ghana's recognition.
All right.
Where people would like to come and see Ghana and explore our. Let's be positive about these things. Let's not try to spread negativity.
I feel even being positive, we should also look out for
I'm saying that
the probability that it may happen, the probability that certain things might not happen.
These things, coincidentally, that it happens under John Dramani Mahama's era. That his first time he received people, we didn't get anything. His second time he has been approached to receive. You have to look at some of these. It goes beyond perhaps what you and I we are looking at. Like this.
All right.
The briefings that they receive.
Just 1 minute. Just 1 minute. Today, you see what he's saying. Your own Ghanaian people are seeking for refuge in Cote d'Ivoire and part of Burkina Faso. You are not concerned about that.
Right.
Relax. Today in this country, it's only under the administration. I didn't want to go. I don't want to go. I'm coming. I don't want to go into some of these issues because of some reasons. But today, under your own administration, we have people who are in our country who say they want to form kingdoms in our country under your administration. So you see some of these issues. I don't want to go deep into it. Let me just leave it here. If you think it's good in your own conscience, so be it.
It is good for the country.
Today in our country,
people are
somebody leaves his country and say he wants to form a kingdom in our country.
But that has been dealt with already.
Last week,
it was an old video.
Demonstration. No, maybe you are not. I'm coming. Probably you've not followed again.
Let me hear from him.
Probably you've not followed again.
Spoken enough.
Probably you've not followed again.
Let him finish, please.
Last 2 weeks, there was a demonstration against that, led by this man. This man who also contested Asan Ayarga. That's 2 weeks. There was a demonstration against that. Till today, foreign minister has not said anything. The presidency has said nothing about it, and the man himself is quiet. And we know what they are doing. Today in our country, somebody can leave his country and come here and tell us he wants to form a kingdom in our country.
Oh, so but that was an old video. They said way back in 2017, and then they've met with Sam George and then the interior minister. The interior minister and
the Cote d'Ivoire issue you are talking about. If Cote d'Ivoire were to also say that they have security issues and they will not receive our people because of the conflict that happened in our place, what would happen?
Cote d'Ivoire never received that. They ran there.
But
our people ran to go and seek for refuge. These two different things.
But if they ran there and they didn't want them, I guess they would have sacked them back.
Relax. The issue we are talking about here, no, is two different things.
No, okay, make your point. All right,
It's two different things.
Let's listen to him.
It's two different things.
See, let's good.
We are receiving deportees. The process is different from somebody who is seeking for refuge, somebody who is being attacked, who has run into a different country. It's two different things. So the Cote d'Ivoire government could have decided to take our people or to sack them. That is up to them. But the process is different. That's what I want him to understand.
But you are here and you compare Guantanamo to a receiving deportees. What are you talking about? These are the things. These are two different things as well. The processes that are involved are also different, and the situations at the time and today they are not the same. When was the last time we received those people? How many years today? But you are here making references to it. That means that you're also making baseless comparison. I don't know. What I'm trying to tell you is that if you refuse to, this helping hand to these people tomorrow, we are referring to deportees. We didn't receive them. Now, there's people that they are facing issues of conflict that you receive them. People who are harmless as these people, you couldn't receive them. But people who are running away from conflict, you are expecting your nationals to receive them. Do you know the conflict?
So fix the conflict.
Do you know the issue they may come to? Cause in your country. That's the point I am making. That in all these things, let us look at the bilateral relationship that we have with these nations. Let us look at beyond even internally. We have to look at the ECOWAS community. What is our contribution to the ECOWAS community? These are West African nationals who have a free movement protocol by the treaty we signed in 1979 as part of the ECOWAS protocols. There are some people who are here doing economic trade. They are allowed as part of this ECOWAS treaty that we signed with them. So in going forward, let us look at these things beyond our own, in terms of benefits and whatnot, and look at how collectively, as a nation in Africa, because our independence, just like Dr. Kwame Nkrumah said, is meaningless.
All right.
If it is not associated with African, development. So we have to look at all these things going forward. And as a nation, let us be positive about it. These people are not coming. We're not even coming to stay forever. These people are coming to, coming to seek some, being deported. For us to send them to their places, they've been sent there to their various homes. What else do we need again?
All right. Your government keeps talking about transparency and accountability. Don't you think it was still right for them to even tell us what the deal was about when these people were received and then all of that?
The foreign minister stated clearly, we've not benefited any financial distance from the deal. This is just, as a matter of fact, a bilateral relationship issue in terms of diplomatic relations with the US, which we have gone to agree, and looking at the fact that these are West African nationals.
So would you accept that you've breached the constitution?
We do not breach any constitution as per I am aware. If anyone believes the presidency has breached any constitution, please go to the courts. That's the right frame where they can address your concerns. In terms
have you
legality.
read the Article 75?
But do you want to tell me that the AG, the Attorney General has not advised the presidency well in terms of all these things? Let us not belittle our institutions and our appointees and whatnot.
I get it.
So do you understand the point I'm making? We have our Dominican. What are you saying? Let's not go there at all. What are you saying? You start your Attorney Generals and what? Let's go there.
It's okay.
So now I'm saying that
is it the one who had a clash with A+? Is he the one?
I'm not aware of anything.
Okay.
I'm not aware.
You don't know your attorney general.
You want to be mischievous and what that. I'm not aware of anything that you are saying. But let's go. Let's look at all these things. That the presidency has been well advised. The legalities of it has been addressed. If anyone, any citizen is concerned, you feel there is some breach, just as the minority that wasn't your slogan. He said we should go. So please go to court. And get your issues addressed by the court.
All right.
Yes.
What do you have to say to that, Abdul? With the issue of transparency and accountability as to why these people didn't send this issue to Parliament before even allowing these people into the country in the first place?
Yes, I've always said these people are not people that are always transparent, and because they feel they have to test majority in Parliament.
Because we have it. You don't say because we feel we have it.
All right,
I'm making a point.
All right, thank you for letting us
know. Make it well. It's
all
not
right,
because we feel.
Thank you for letting us know.
You have to correct him. That is not about his feelings. It is about what is on grounds.
All right, it's a fact. So let's
it is about, so please state it well, that we have to test them more.
Please, just to make him keep quiet, just come again.
No, I make my point. They can choose to interject. Because they feel they have to test of majority in Parliament, they can choose to do anything at all they want. For us, we would state the fact as it is. The Ghanaian people definitely are observing whatever is going on. And I know 2028, just 3 months, 3 years, 3 months to come.
It's not just,
the Ghanaian people will make a decision. Because if you don't care about our internal security issues before you make a decision, if you are not transparent enough, if you don't go to Parliament to make sure you follow the due process to do some of these things, the Ghanaian people will make a decision.
They will make a decision in the next 3 years.
3 years, 3 months.
Very soon. You vote for MPP.
Why you don't trust the MPP will come to power and change things around?
Power is not something that is permanent.
Time is going. Let's deal with the Galamsey. It's very important.
Why are you so hungry for the Galamsey issue? I'm going to make it our last topic.
Power is transcent, and power does not remain with one person. One day, just as the CPP was reigning during the Nkrumah's time, they will also definitely go for other people to come and take over. But I don't believe it is the MPP for now. They still have some 32 more years to sit at home and put their issues together. Currently, they are not fit.
Well, that's his objective to his opinion.
They are not.
Definitely. We've seen their party in opposition before.
So that's your opinion.
We have made the current president cry in opposition before. So we've seen them where they divided into 3 parties.
Crying.
Oh. Hey. I can give you the video.
No, it's okay.
I can give you the video. He was crying. He was weeping. 2020, he cried again.
Okay. All right. Cry again. I think that was an interesting conversation we had right there on the first topic. So you can join the conversation by visiting our social media. On X, it's at GhanaTalks Radio, YouTube at GhanaTalks Radio, TikTok, GhanaTalks Radio, and Facebook as GhanaTalks Radio. Let's get interactive and dive into the issues. All right. So moving on to our next item for today. I can see Abdul cracking his neck. He's ready for this topic. He's about to roast you. He's about to roast and cook you.
Bring it on.
All right.
Bring it on.
So our second topic for discussion has to do with Galamsey. So first, the country movement, anti-Galamsey demonstration. So this is what you need to know. So Fix the Country, led by Oliver, has announced a vigil on Sunday, 21st September 2025 at Revolution Square in Accra. This will be followed by a public march on Monday, 22nd September, a national holiday which is Kwame Nkrumah's birthday, Memorial Day. And the purpose is to protest environmental destruction caused by illegal mining, also known as Galamsey. The group describes the issue as not just political but moral, spiritual. They say protecting the environment is everyone's responsibility. So Fix the Country also proposes community-involved solutions. For example, recruiting youth and communities to serve in 24-hour shifts, garden weavers, etc., working with chiefs, paying them at least a minimum wage for their services. So now, the Mahama government has made several pronouncements and policy action to combat Galamsey. In his 2025 State of the Nation address, President Mahama said 44 out of 288 forest reserves are affected. There's a strategy involving law enforcement, stakeholder engagement, alternative livelihoods, licensing reform, environmental reclamation, etc. The Lands and Natural Resource Minister, Emmanuel Ama Kofi-Boa, has vowed to name, shame and prosecute architects of illegal mining. There was a protest planned by the Generational Rights Protection Society led by Okatiche Prifa in April 2025, right?
Definitely.
Which the police sought to restrain via injunction, but the injunction was withdrawn and the anti-Galamsey protests allowed to go ahead. This is public assure from civil society, academic groups, for example, UG Project on Galamsey Research, and calling for stronger reforms. They are calling for a state of emergency.
Most definitely.
The long and the head and
The
tail
length
of this,
and breadth of the
yeah,
issue.
of the whole issue is
State of emergency.
State
Period.
of emergency. And you and I don't know if you followed the media engagement the president had with the journalists.
Where he trivialized all the issues.
Where he made where he made it known that they have not exhausted all the measures and the strategies that they have to put in place to solve Galamsey. So, state of emergency is the last resort.
Definitely. Okay, that's fine. So,
you are ready.
All right.
So just flow.
You see, this issue of Galamsey, as a formidable opposition,
All right.
our responsibility is to make sure we hold them accountable to their own words and make sure together, collectively, and then looking at the holistic view of all this canker, we deal with it once and for all. But before I come to that, I want whatever we are going to discuss here should be factual, and then there should be evidence to that. And I can dedicate all my time to this. Let me...
You have 10 minutes.
Okay, let me establish the point that Galamsey on water bodies started under their regime, the John Dramani Mahama's regime, under he and then the late Professor Atamos.
Are you sure?
Relax. In
I like
2011.
it started in Rollins time.
That is why I said Galamsey on water bodies.
On water bodies.
On water bodies.
Okay, he's been
mining in water bodies.
And the evidence is.
And this is I don't know if a producer can play for us. This Professor Mouse.
We can solve that problem because this is a clear indication of some of the effects, yes, of Galamsey. Far from being tackled,
This
Galamsey is now
Professor Mills, who visited some of the water bodies that were polluted by Galamsey in 2011. And this President Mahama, who was telling the Ghanaian people to vote for him so that he will use 4 months to deal with Galamsey. This President Mahama.
Galamsey is a complex one. When I come into office,
It's an
I'll win that fight.
So this is a full video.
How is it AI?
Don't worry.
No. Tell me why it's AI.
This is a video. I can send it to a producer to play it.
Let me see.
This is a video. At Labour Union engagement.
Hey, this is
why? Okay.
He said that he does not give himself any. What do you call it? Any clue? Any resolution that Galamsey will be solved in 4 months. What are you saying? If we want to cut and edit,
Relax. So should I? This is a video I just played.
Can I see the
platform? Yesterday on a platform. That's what they said to.
So now.
Deal with fact and stop the propaganda.
She's watching the videos.
Is that a full video?
So that's a video.
5 seconds.
At Labour Union.
5 seconds.
It doesn't matter the number of seconds I want to play.
YouTube link. I'll send you the YouTube link right now.
So you expect me to come and play the full video here?
Okay, please.
I play the part I want.
You cut and copy. You play what part? Even go edit your distance.
We can't listen.
We can't. Any problem. Good. Don't go and cut and do AI this and come and sit there misinform the people.
You cut President Akufo-Addo's video. You cut Dr. Mahmoud Buhari's video. The important aspect.
See,
and you played it.
Deal with the matter.
So you are dealing with the issue.
So are you trying to say that because they did it, you're also here for retaliation?
Not retaliation. We are holding them.
But you are not even doing the right way.
But that's a 34
That's a 34 second. They've cut and paste.
So you expect me to use my 10 minutes to play all what my
no, that's not.
I play the aspect that is interesting. Where he talks about Galamsey.
I'll leave it to the viewers.
You get it? Where he talking about Galamsey. And then today, Mr. IP Man, who is the president of our republic, said we shouldn't go about delivering hate speeches again. That is why I'm here.
What do you mean by IP Man?
IP Man, he said today if you say a speech which is a hate speech, they'll use the IP address to arrest you. That is why I'm here with my document. And then for this one, you can fact check it.
Okay.
Where some of their ministers, this is Sam George,
on
the 29th of September, where he said the man who is paid to be president has the ultimate power to end Galamsey in a week if he wants. He is commander-in-chief of Ghana Armed Forces, for Christ's sake. This is Sam George. And this Sam Okujeto Ablakwa on the 2nd of October 2024, where he gave 15 action points to resolve acute Galamsey crisis. The same Sam Okujeto Ablakwa said it is either we stop Galamsey or prepare ourselves for mass burials. The same Sam Okujeto Ablakwa on Metro TV said there should be a total ban on all forms of either small scale mining or illegal mining for 10 years. This is the current minister for lands and natural resources who had an engagement with GH1 where he said there should be a state of emergency immediately. This is the minister of education, Honorable Aruna Idrisu, where he said state of emergency must be declared now and today, not tomorrow. Where he went ahead to quote Article 26 of our 268 of our constitution that vests all the power of our natural resources into the president. This is their 120-day contract with the Ghanaian people, where they said they will ban illegal mining and all forms of all new mining activities in our forest reserves. Where the late Minister for Environment, Honorable Mutala, said President Mahama will fulfill his promise to repeal LI 2462 within 120 days. They said all these things when they were in opposition. The question is, what has changed today? What has changed? It looks as if when they're in opposition, they have all the brilliant ideas to deal with Galamsey. They have all the brilliant ideas to mitigate and curb Galamsey. Today, we've given you the mandate. Even your own manifesto, this is it. To promote responsible mining for sustainable development. The first statement they made, the NDC government will wage a ruthless war against illegal mining. What is happening today? What is happening today? What are the conditions the president is giving us that the XY regime has not executed that? We went to the extent of even burning excavators. What happened? Today, the tariff that is being introduced or is being proposed by the Ghana Water Company, right, 281%, is as a result of illegal mining, which is polluting our water bodies.
Yeah, the TBDT level.
So if the president didn't know anything at all before his media engagement, at least this should have even informed him that there is a need for him to declare state of emergency with immediate effect. And that is all we are demanding from him. We don't need any rhetorics. We don't need any explanation. We don't need any form of comment from him. What he said when he was in opposition was for the president to declare state of emergency, and that is what we demand from him today. So today, what we are saying as opposition is that declare a state of emergency, period.
Pens down. Brahma.
First
of all, you should debunk everything I said here. You should debunk it.
He who calls for equity must come with clean hands. Okay. If at all you're not coming with clean hands, at least come with hand sanitizer. So you know that at least you have some sanity. You had 8 years. And your whole,
that's why they voted for you.
Oh, my brother.
That's why we voted for you.
The point I am making is that you do not have that moral temerity to come and criticize us about Galamsey issues in this country. Your whole president put his presidency on the line. Did he resign when he couldn't solve the issue? You lack moral standard. You people, you cannot even fulfill some of these things. Your own presidency said he put his presidency on the line. Did he resign when he couldn't solve the issue of Galamsey? No. Going forward, you see.
But at least we banned small scale mining when we came into government. At least we brought media. We brought media into the fight of illegal mining.
We didn't bring any media. The CSOs, the civil society organization, were amplifying the issues. And when they were amplifying,
and what the president Akufo-Addo say?
The fact that you brought media doesn't mean you came to this sentence and do media this thing and you say you
formed a task force in 2016. You failed.
I am saying
Honorable Inusa.
Yunus Afuseni formed the task force. How did he end up?
All right, Abdul.
You've been in government before.
Hi, let him
the efforts of the government against Galamsey include we have seized 425 excavators. Over 1,000 excavators have been impounded at the port, and you can see the president media encounter. You were saying that they are evacuating some of them to the military camp. So
very soon they'll fly.
Because you know that's how you people do. We don't do.
Why didn't Anabisu come and tell us?
All right.
Anabisu,
let him finish. Let him. He didn't interject you.
Currently, we have Joseph Yami, our national organizer, and our third national vice chairman, being investigated because of what do you call it? Accused of doing Galamsey.
That reminds me.
If it were to be somebody's time, I know, if for a fact that future generations will come and meet a video where a whole president stood on a presidency podium and cleared someone off and said that
see your mic is off. Yes, you're interjecting
and cleared someone of being involved in Galamsey. He said that would to me Akwanta mining was not doing Galamsey illegal activities. Meanwhile, you set up an interministerial committee led by Professor Frimpong Boateng, brought report, incited people who were involved in Galamsey, including your own party people. The likes of Charles Bisu and co were caught on tape by analysis, expose, taking monies to be what? To be doing these Galamsey things. You never prosecuted any of them. You never dealt with any of them. But today, I can convictedly say that there is commitment towards the fight against Galamsey.
Have you prosecuted
Charity
anybody?
begins at home. The AG has written to Iyoko to investigate our own people. That is the commitment to the fight against Galamsey. If you want to fight and you can't fight your own people, you can't start internally, then you lose that moral right to go outside. We have made those efforts. Now, when you look at the hectares of land, we have been able to recover 5,500 hectares of land. That's forest land. In terms of this, the fight against Galamsey. We have been able, please provide counter evidence when you get opportunity. We have written to the AG to revoke the LI 2462. We've been able to also bring this, unfortunately, this event that happened and we lost our 8 gallant men. What's the name of this program? Where we are making sure that we responsible cooperative mining.
Thank you. Thank you.
So to educate the community people, but what special thing we are doing is that the mining companies, those who have secured the mining licenses, the licenses, and are operating now, their land that they are operating. What we are suggesting is that they have released some, such that these people who would like to go into mining, the youth, we have youth in mining program where we're able to train you. You go to these companies once they have released some of their land because they have the equipment. They have received license to be able to do the thing properly. You go under their guidance. They'll guide you so that you learn how to mine properly, even within the concession where they have been received. You people paved way for people to go and mine in forest reserve. If you and I will sit during your time in
no. When he's done, then you defend your point. Okay, at this juncture, allow him to finish. Okay? I'll give you time. I'll give you time. Don't forget your microphone is still off. Yes.
LI 2462 was introduced in 2022. What are you saying? How can you say you are reserving our forest? What is a forest reserve? If you are giving people to go and mine in the forest, you say you are doing what? If you are saying you are reserving your forest, and you are telling me that you are giving people the paved way to go and mine in the forest, and you say you are regulating it, what are you reserving again? Are you reserving the forest again? We are coming to repeal that law that you enacted in June 2022. During your time, we had over 2,000 licenses that were being given out. Even in January 2025, such right now, before you handed over office, you gave out mining licenses to about 300 mining licenses before you left office. Check.
Exactly.
These are January 2025. I'm checking Joint News report. 380 mining licenses were issued by the former president. That was January 2025 before leaving office.
Before leaving office,
you can search it right now on my job online. I said search right now. Should I give you evidence? I don't like using my time. He's doing that intentionally.
Your mic is off.
In all these things, there has been commitment towards the fight against Galamsey. The cancer we know is more like a chronic disease. It's taking time to be healed. And gradually we'll get there. The governments that I know, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, the talk and do president that I know, will definitely make sure that these things, is completely, what do you call, eradicated. We are getting there. You see, when it comes to the conversation of the state of emergency and whatnot, we have stated categorically as a party. NDC party never sat anywhere in a formal communication to say that there should be a state of emergency. Individuals had their own opinion, and their own opinion was based on the fact that the last 8 years, the fight against Galamsey was not successful. Our water bodies were being destroyed, our lands were being destroyed. Yet we said that we had your own party chairman being alleged to be involved in Galamsey issues. You never wrote to any of your Eyoko or whatever to be investigate them. Do you understand the point I'm making? To be invested, we were like, the waters are getting bad. That's why the likes of Sam John and Co came forward to say that at this point we need a state of emergency on our river bodies.
So we need a state of emergency. Came into
That's why I said we are 9 months now. The president says that we have not exhausted.
Are you sure you've not exhausted all the?
The presidency is telling you, per the information he has received, his intelligence, we have not even the powers that he has not exhausted all. Where we get to the point where we need to declare a state of emergency, he shall do so.
So when you were given that pressure to the former, had he exhausted all the?
And I'm saying that His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, the president, is telling you that when we get to where we need to declare a state of emergency, we will declare a state of emergency.
And where is
when
that?
The efforts that we are putting in are yielding results, we've reclaimed about 9 forest reserves that they gave it to people.
Okay.
So efforts are being seen, and we are seeing that we are making stringent ways in making sure that our anti-Galamsey task force crowd that went into those forests, to mining license, they went to misbehave. The presidency asked them to withdraw. And for us to re-strategize and go back, where we have to get to a point, we need to declare a state of emergency on our water bodies. We'll get there. Now, these people that...
But the water bodies is getting worse and worse.
But we are making efforts. We have river gas. We have river gas. We have river gas that are guiding our various water bodies, giving us serving as whistleblowers, telling us to know, telling us whistleblowers, telling us how when people are mining what do you call our water bodies, we're going to guard them accordingly, and we're able to give issues for them to be arrested and whatnot. We are making efforts. Let's not trivialize this issue. You see, the issue of Galamsey does not have any color.
Your time is up.
When the diseases come, it does not have that your MPP or NDP. You and I know that. I know
let him help
the people that are involved. The people that are involved. We all know that they are your own people. We will prosecute and will come for you.
Abdul, right?
We will prosecute and will come for you.
All right, let's go.
It's very, very shameful for my brother.
Have 2 minutes.
Yes, 2 minutes. I'm okay. It's very, very shameful for my brother to say that the people involved in Galamsey today are our own people. We've given you the power. And what are you doing? What are you doing to them? He sits here, right? He sits here. We use military to fight Galamsey, and we all saw the end results. And you demanded we should declare state of emergency. Today you are in power. What is he telling us? He's sitting here to say that the alternative they brought is to bring river guards. Those TikTokers, those are party foot soldiers, to go and fight Galamsey. You see, today if you want to embark on a free excursion to Australia, just join Galamsey. you go to Australia freely. Let me end by delivering this message on behalf of Honorable Joseph Yamin, their national organizer, to the President of the Republic of Ghana. Joseph Yamin said I should tell Mr. President that IP man, please, the task force you've brought together to go and fight Galamsey are extorting money from the illegal miners, and they are defending them and protecting them to mine more. That is from Joseph Yamin, the national organizer. Yes. So please, you go to be mindful.
So for that matter,
there were those you withdrew and then you took the river gas there.
Please, there are anti-tax force before even the government.
Killnet government.
We have anti-tax force fighting this government. See, the issue is that.
But you know, he didn't speak. So I'm coming. Do you think we should declare state of emergency?
What I'm telling you is that.
Hey, answer his question.
No, when it comes to my personal opinion, I think we've not gotten there. Because
are you sure?
You see, there's a time period that's even government state of emergency. You cannot do it within a certain period. You see, and when you go to parliament, you need to present to the parliament and give enough reasons why you should be declared a state of emergency. Looking at the facts on grounds, where we feel that the efforts we are putting in is yielding the results per hour, how we are seeing it as a nation.
Have you been to the Galamsey side?
And I'm saying that.
Have you been to the Galamsey side?
I don't need to be at Galamsey side to know that.
He doesn't know what he's talking about.
These things affect all of us. I don't know. It is Ghanaians that are involved in this. Why are you being hypocritical about it? The livelihoods are dependent on these things. You understand?
I'm coming.
About 4 million people.
This one is not about partisanship. Right. It's not about partisanship. Right. I don't see what this country will lose. Yes, I know it will affect the economy and all that. If we maybe maximum declare state of emergency for 2 years, so that we stop all forms of mining.
State of emergency for 2 years.
Yes, listen to what I'm saying.
Okay.
So that we stop all forms of mining, we purify our water bodies, we make sure the water bodies are not polluted, we recover some of the lands that have been destroyed, so that we can now regulate the mining system and make sure we get people to mine responsibly.
You had 8 years, you could have done it. Not today.
Purifying the water bodies alone, according to research, is going to take 15 to 30 years for you to get it back.
So now, today, if we are not doing that now, and they are still mining, as when we were in power, the Volta River was not contaminated. Today,
it's contaminated.
It's contaminated.
Wow.
Last 2 weeks, I was in Amenfi Central, Amenfi East, you see, sometimes some of these things, they are very, very sad. Just behind the police post at the roadside, just behind them.
Yeah.
You see people mining.
I heard that. So what is the police doing about that?
You see people mining.
Anyways, not to.
So that's for me. I believe the responsible cooperative mining this one will help, because if indeed we were able to identify,
we did the same thing.
No, but
we did the same thing.
But those are efforts that we need to put in ensuring that you are even going to declare a state of emergency or whatnot. The people that are left with, what are some of the reasons why they are engaging in that? Unemployment. People don't have jobs. People are not. People we that we even go to school. You're not even assured of your faith after your national service and whatnot.
Why are not afraid? Why are not assured?
But it's not today that we've had this issue of unemployment. Unemployment issues has been there, and that's what I'm saying, that we are not assured.
So how should that be a challenge if truly you believe in your one job, 3 people, 3 shifts?
Relax, that one we are discussing Galamsey issues. As I'm saying,
but don't talk about unemployment.
No, I'm saying
because you brought it 24-hour economy.
One job, 3 people, 3 shifts. Yes, it's been rolled out. Do you know that currently people are being trained for the Temaport? People are being trained so that we're able to implement the 24-hour cycle at Temaport. It's been under so relax.
We didn't get. Don't worry, let's give them time.
Ask people to know
what they are doing at Temaport. 24-hour economy they are doing at Temaport is to clear excavators.
Let's talk about the conversation. See. We've been given a 4-year mandate as per the constitution. It's not just a 9-month mandate that we are coming to undo 8 years of devastation of our river bodies and our lands.
It's never 8
we have
years.
made efforts. Over the 8 years, things have not gone on well with our water bodies and our lands. We cannot deny that fact. Yeah. When we do not expect a magic one to happen within a 9-month period. What I am making is that these people depend on it. Livelihoods are dependent. It's not as it were justifying the fact we must go and engage in Galamsey for survival and whatnot. But we ourselves as a people, what is the government doing to give alternative livelihood to people? That's why we are bringing so many programs for the youth. We launched a whole youth manifesto, including youth in mining programs. We are doing youth in agriculture, trying to make sure we make these things attractive to the youth. So that even if you don't have anything, we've launched our our flagship programs, including a national apprenticeship program. We are looking at training people in terms of small businesses and small scale businesses. Make sure that people will be able to who have businesses. All those things. So we should stop. So we are continuing to do. So let us encourage people.
The notion,
our friends.
The problem I have with them. The problem I have with them is that the notion they create as if Galamsey was started in the last. I'm coming. In the last 8 years is the problem I have with them, because I remember in 2016 one of my uncles was using some of these excavators where they banned even small scale mining, and he came back home when President Akufo-Addo came into office. We all remember when he came, some of the drastic measures he took against Galamsey. So that should tell you that before John Dramani Mahama handed over to President Akufo-Addo, Galamsey was already in existence, both in our forest reserves and then that of our water bodies. So don't come and sit here and create the impression as if that just within the last 8 years.
Okay. So we've seen people go on demonstration about the whole issue of Galamsey, both in the previous administration and even I think in April, Oketechi FIFA also went on demonstration.
Very soon be going for one.
Did those demonstrations yield to any results?
No, but in our constitution, everyone has the right to demonstrate. But you see, we have to drum home these concerns to our leaders, those who are the policy makers. Those who are the decision makers. During their time, when we were doing the demonstration in Accra, they said we should go to the mining areas because they don't do Galamsey in Accra. Now they want to go and do they want to do demonstration in Accra. The double standard and hypocrites.
So you also told them to go and do it in the mining areas.
But you see, when we were telling them that these things, it is right. These things we need not to even politicize, but it is unfortunate that we have come to politicize it. In accepting that we have come to politicize it, let us look at it collectively. How well are we going to make sure that we hold then the politicians and the decision makers accountable for their actions and words? You understand? Now these people are going to go on a peaceful demonstration, driving home their concerns about the Galamsey issue. Some of us, if we get the opportunity, we will join them. Even if your party is in power. Because I know when you go to the hospital, they don't ask whether MPP or NDC person before they attend to you. They don't ask whether MPP or NDC person. The disease doesn't know who is MPP, the disease doesn't know who is NDC. So in going forward, let us look at all these things that, yes, you have the right to demonstrate. During that time, people didn't even have the right to demonstrate. People were being arrested here and there, fix the country, people will suffer. Jubilee House was a security zone. The likes of Free Fair and Co. had the opportunity to even go to Jubilee House and present his petitions and what without fear or favor or anything. Okay. But during that time, they will intimidate you, sir. You can't even demonstrate. Okay. But this is a working government. This government has proved that going forward, we need to make sure that we allow freedom of expression. And I believe the presidents that we have all elected and Ghanaians have given overwhelming victory with a diminishing micro minority. We need to make sure that we implement policies that will go in favor of this our country, and make sure we deal with this issue of Galamsey going forward. I am very, very much with utmost conviction that we need to deal with it decisively in his legacy term. I'm sure by the end of the 4-year term, we are now be here to testify that indeed some gains were made.
All right, thank you. Abdul, so in 1 minute, if you had the opportunity, what would you tell our leaders regarding this issue?
Yes, I think in as much as we are calling out the political class, let's also call out some of these agencies that enforce some of these laws that have been implemented, because you always hear that the task force, they even said to come and make sure they kept some of these issues, tend to go and even take money and rather protect them. So we all have a collective role to play as a country, but the leaders should also live up to expectation. They should let us have trust in them, because if you tell me you repeal LI 246 within 120 days and today is 9 months, definitely I'll lose trust in some of the things we say. If you tell me the XY regime should declare state of emergency and today you are saying otherwise, definitely I'll lose trust in you. So they should let us have some a scintilla of hope in them. Let's be rest assured that yes, they are willing and committed to fight this canker once and for all, because it doesn't know MPP, it doesn't know NDC. Probably they would be at advantage position to purchase water outside. We, the less privileged, will not be able to do that. My brother and myself, who will drink from the tap water, will drink from the pure water and the vortex water that is being sold in this country, that is being contaminated. So please and please again, let's look at the holistic view and then fight it once and for all.
Fight it.
Doesn't matter whether MPP, NDC. Let's fight it.
Now it's a national survivor issue, not politics issue. All right. So moving on to our last and final topic of the day, that is the detention of Abronye. So Kwame Bafo, popularly known as Abronye DC, is the Bono Regional Chairman of the New Patriotic Party, and he was arrested on 8 September 2025. The police says he is being held for alleged offensive conduct conducive to a breach of the peace and publication of false news. On 12 September, he was remanded for 1 week by the Accra Circuit Court to allow further investigations, and on 15 September, he was granted bail, which was yesterday, 50,000 Ghana cedis bail with one surety. Among the statements that led to his arrest, he allegedly claimed that in all strategic meetings held by the NDC, the Inspector General of Police is present. He also allegedly called the current IGP, Christian Teteyon, the most corrupt in the country. Looking at the whole Abronya issue and Buhara surrounding him, do you think the charges that was given to this man was fair?
Definitely no. You see, before I even come to this Abronya's issue, I think one thing our country we are losing sight of is that we are so sentimental. And we are very, very emotional when it comes to issues. Sometimes instead of dealing with the issue, You see, we would go and look for some sentimental and emotional things about the issue and then forget the substance issue itself. A clear example is this incident that happened at 37. Is it 37? The next incident with Raf. At 37. Rich. At a point, instead of talking about the incident that happened, we swayed the attention to the union and that of the minister. Leaving the substantive issue we have to deal with. That is the same issue. That is the same thing with regards to Abronye's case, because if you listen to what Abronye said, any day, any time. I remember seeing it yesterday at one of the media platforms, and I'll continue to say it any day. The home I was raised up in, and I know it cut across all of us. As a Gunja, you dare not even retaliate when an elderly person is talking, or respond when an elderly person is talking. Talk less of even insulting the person. You cannot even think about it.
You dare not.
Yes, the home I was raised in, you cannot even. Sometimes even if you are right, you shut up and then apologize. So sometimes when I see people going personal or insulting people, I sometimes see it to be unfortunate. But we are all from different backgrounds and all that. We can speak to issues without insulting or attacking the personality of individuals. And that's one of the things I'm so proud of about Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. The type of campaign he brought into our political space, devoid of insult. Let's speak to issues and all that. That notwithstanding, this Abronye's issue boils down to a video he made about the NDC vice chairman, Chief Azoka. Some of the unfortunate statements he made in Akwetia, which I quote and unquote, let me just quote him, where he said if he had come to meet Honorable Afenyo Makin, a minority leader for that matter, they would have organized a by-election in his constituency. I think that statement is so unfortunate.
He was taken, right?
No,
he was taken.
No, up to today I've been going to the police.
Oh, come on.
Relax.
We all. Oh, he was taken and he was granted bail.
Azoka was never taken.
Oh, he was.
Azoka was never taken.
Oh, because you didn't see video.
Definitely. How can you tell me that somebody has been taken and then granted bail?
It doesn't.
We've seen how they apprehend people in this country, and we see how they get bail. Fanti Comedy was apprehended. Say Obama Pukiase, and that was what even saddens me a lot. The reason for they arresting Say Obama Pukiase, if you follow that case, like it's also unbelievable, because if I see people brandishing guns, right, and I repost it and tag you IGP, that IGP, what is happening in this country? This cannot happen under IGP Damper, and come and apprehend me for that. How does that add up? Right? He was detained, he was remanded, and see the draconian bill conditions they even kept on him. And you come and tell me you apprehended Chief Azoka and you've granted him bail. That's the same thing they did to Ablekuma, not boys.
But in the first place, do you think it was even necessary to even detain him instead of just taking him and then fining him? Because according to the court, they said the issue with